We are about to go live. Hello everyone, welcome to Saturday Night D&D, where it's about to hit the fan. Maybe not, no, it should be a fun night. But yes, I'll hand it over to the woman who's running the show, our DM, Chrisiousity, if you want to take over and whatever you want to do.
Sure. So last week, you guys got into trouble in the dwarven capital city. Got out of it by
through sheer luck.
through sheer luck.
Hello.
I don't know. I think Reverend's been a good lawyer.
And a good roll.
Yes.
That's the
roll.
luck part.
You then headed south. On your way, you encountered some rangers and woodsmen who told you that there were monsters that they had to go fight. So you went with them. You encountered a whole bunch of harpies on the edge of a cliff. You were able to defeat some of them and send the rest of them flying away. And Erasmus kindly was willing to burn up the remaining nests of the harpies in order to dissuade them from coming back again. However, he got a little carried away as his pyromaniac god started nudging him on, and he decided to actually burn the bridge he was standing on. He was able to be rescued and brought back, and everybody decided they more or less covered for you.
Yes, we did.
For the moment.
Well, we're happy, so.
Then brought you back, intending apparently to find a nice place by the road where you could all camp out and have a little chat. And that is where we are today.
Yes. And I will remind everyone that we, at least, I'm making this decision for just two, that Reverence, Elspeth, and Blue all rode silently throughout the whole thing. That we did not say a single word.
Wow.
Uncomfortable silence.
Until we find our campsite.
All right. Yeah, so I guess we'll pick a place, set up.
Set up our tiny hut.
Yeah. Get some rations out. Elspeth is going to sit outside and kind of enjoy the grass and the nature.
Wait, can you sit outside the hut? Doesn't it disappear? If
Oh,
you
yeah,
leave?
that's right. I'm stuck inside. Well, I'm going to do that right before we go to bed. I'm not going to have it up all night.
Oh, okay, I thought you go.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm stuck. I can't even go to the bathroom. So,
Oh, God.
last minute.
Oh, God, that's horrible.
So when the first, so it gets done when the first watch is going to start. But yeah, so the sitting around the campfire, awkward silence. Chrisiousity, you know you're muted, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Erasmus, what are you doing?
Eating rations, wondering why everyone is so quiet.
Okay.
Yum 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 yum. Yum yum yum.
Yeah.
Rations.
And the others just gonna.
Stare into the
We're
fire.
gonna let it stew on the silence for a while.
Damn.
Mike, Erasmus, why don't you roll insight? What might be bothering your friends?
That's an 11.
You have a feeling maybe they're upset with you.
Well, if they're upset with me, they can tell me why.
So I have a question because it's been a minute. When Erasmus does his ritual shit, does he do it in front of us?
Yeah, I burned the pages in front of you. Yeah.
have you done other things?
Last session I dragged off some of the goblins and burned them.
He also built the altar that he set on fire.
Yeah, when I switched my focus from the small pipe, the wooden pipe, to the big ivory one.
Do we know you're a warlock?
We talked about being religious, and we talked about hiding religious symbols in the past.
Yeah, but I don't like. I think in a very early session, Erasmus hinted at there being some kind, his power coming from some outside source, but I don't think he ever specifically told you.
I think you two have had an argument about having a pack versus having a whatever.
Yeah, I think maybe.
Yeah, you two had an argument about that. I think the three of you might have had an argument about that.
Yeah, I think that does ring a bell. So you would know he is a warlock. I'm not sure what you would know about what that means, but
we know that he's got a pact with something.
Yeah.
That's. I'm going to choose to believe that is the gist of Reverence's knowledge, or he would probably done something by now. Let's see. Let me get my. I got my hands full right now, so I'm kind of trying to click on things, but also I've been gluing this model together, and I'm having to grip the glue together while also clicking. It's a huge freaking model, so I apologize.
I need to get you some alligator clips.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if that would help you, but
there's something. Okay, so it's that night. We're all sitting here. Erasmus is
awkward silence,
awkwardly eating rations one after another. Won't stop.
He's a nervous eater.
Wait.
I've got popcorn here.
So, Erasmus.
Yes.
Oh shit.
What the fuck, man?
What do you mean?
Why did you burn down the bridge?
Because I was told to.
You were told to. Who told you to burn down the bridge?
You were alone.
Well, I got a message from another plane.
Wait, are you saying your god told you to burn down the bridge?
Well, they didn't specifically say the bridge, but they hinted at burning something, and the bridge seemed like the most obvious thing to burn.
What do you mean by that exactly? What was something that needed to be burned? What does that mean?
Well, I was burning the nests.
Okay, so that's burning something.
Yes, but then I got a message saying things could be more on fire, and so
why?
I don't know.
You how do you not know?
What do you mean?
I believe we've we've ignored it for a long time, but I'm not sure that I know anything about your god. Who is this deity?
Ellsworth is like a tennis match, just watching these two back and forth.
Do I know the name?
You do know the name because you mentioned it before, but
That's right, yeah.
Never really. You've seen images in fire.
Yeah.
And very few verbal words. Usually it's about imagery.
Yeah. Il. That's the name of them, it.
What do you mean by that? Is it not a god? I thought you were bound to some deity.
Maybe it's a god.
Maybe maybe.
Elspeth looks confused.
Erasmus, explain. How did you come about knowing this?
It kind of
thing?
he kind of just contacted me.
When?
About 2.5 years ago.
What form did they take?
They don't really take a form. They just like hint to me. They either speak or usually it's more like a visual or feeling.
You have a feeling to burn things.
Well, I have that. I have that anyways. They
So
just-
your proclivities attracted something that enjoys burning things.
That's sort of the conclusion I've come to.
And it tells you what to burn?
Sometimes
it tell you-
it just hints, but it usually has a purpose to it.
What sort of? Do you know what sort of entity this creature is?
No.
You say you're contacted from another plane. What?
Well, I'm
plane?
assuming it's. I'm kind of assuming it's not on the material plane talking to me. It might be.
You're trafficking in unknown forces that want you to set things on fire, sometimes to the danger of your own life?
Is
Well, I was fine, wasn't I?
I saved you.
is
We saved
yes.
you.
You could have
No, you're
fallen
fine.
to your death.
I had to do the water thing.
But I didn't.
And then we had to cover your ass by blaming it on the bridge, which, to be fair, was pretty crappy and could have plausibly been burned down by a spark flying
And
up.
hold on. See, I usually, when I burn things on my own, it's just to burn them. But when I burn things for ill, there's a purpose to it.
So what was the purpose of
What
the
is
bridge?
the purpose?
Well, the bridge, did you notice? They were happy. I pushed them. Me burning it down pushed them to actually build a new bridge, which was needed.
No. See, what happened was you burned it down, and then so that they wouldn't turn on us, I blamed it on the bridge. And so, actually, we covered your butt there.
No. They said that when I said I was sorry to them, which I was, because that's a lot of work building a new bridge. They said that it doesn't matter. We needed to rebuild the bridge anyways.
That was to save your feelings, Erasmus.
Was it? Or was it that they actually mean that?
Well, how about
Erasmus, is that what you tell yourself every time you do something like that?
No. I was genuinely sorry about burning the bridge. It wasn't like
Ew.
but
well,
what I'm
maybe be a bit more careful with your own safety. We don't want to have you die while you're offering something to this eel.
You're lucky we were there.
Elspeth, why don't you roll a religion check?
Good, thank you. I will. I did study at university, so
I'm just going with the assumption that Reverence assumes this is a fire elemental. Just because he thinks the best of people. In his group, at least.
Something is a little off.
all right. I'll keep it to myself for now, and I'll talk to Reverence about it later. All right. Well, I'm done with my rations.
Look, I agree that it was stupid to burn the bridge while I was on it.
Okay.
I believe that it wasn't your decision to make. You simply chose to do it. It wasn't your bridge.
Well, I mean, I could have stepped off of it before burning it.
But it wasn't your bridge.
No,
People
But
could rely on that bridge every day, regardless of how it might look.
again, they said it themselves. They needed to rebuild it anyways.
It's easier to rebuild a bridge when you can actually get across to the other side.
That's not what they said.
Erasmus,
Yes.
again, they are helping your feelings because we had helped them earlier.
I think he wants to make sure you don't do this again.
Yes,
Especially not with you or one of us on the bridge.
especially not with
How
us.
many other bridges are you expecting us to come across?
Well, next time it
Well,
might be
there
a set
are
of
many
curtains.
things that are flammable in this world. Most things,
like
as we have
us.
discovered.
What we can stand on, where if you burn them, you fall.
But what happens when you go to an inn and your deity tells you to burn the inn down?
It hasn't
While
so
we're
far.
sleeping in it.
So far, it's always been things that needed to be refreshed.
Huh.
Erasmus, do you believe that?
Erasmus totally believes that. He generally believes, like, he doesn't burn down things because he thinks he personally thinks they need to be renewed. He just burns them because he wants to burn them. But he generally believes that Eel is, like, when Eel asks him to burn something, it's because, like, it needs to be renewed.
Okay. All right, just checking.
Yep.
So, who wants to take first watch?
I suppose I will.
Okay.
Okay.
Just to check, Blue, you were pretty quiet through this. Are you just going to let them sort of take the lead, or are you just not?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just gonna let them. They know
Blue's
their
chill.
religious stuff better than I do.
All right. All right. So you guys set up overnight. I'm assuming in your
In the
What?
dome of protection.
dome thing.
The heart of
And to clarify, because this came up last, is everybody going to be doing their watch from inside the dome?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of
All
sat
right,
in the. Okay.
I think we've learned our lesson about being inside the dome.
Okay. So
I mean, it's literally the point of it.
Yeah, but sometimes it's nice out. Nothing like watching the fireflies.
Okay.
that's true. So, Reverence, do you want to roll perception?
Absolutely. 6.
You're still stewing over Erasmus and how freaking God darn burning things when he's standing on them and nearly getting himself killed and God knows what. You're just annoyed with him, and it's hard to pay attention to what else is going on. So that's all. You don't see anything.
Cool. I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Alright.
Who's up next?
I'll take next.
All right, roll perception.
14.
You trying to, pay a little better attention because, you want to make it up to your friends. Just sort of hanging out. It's very dense forests around here. It is hard to know. It's a little creepy in the sense that somebody could be 100 feet away from you and you wouldn't know that they were there because of just how thick it is. But you don't see anything. You don't hear anything. Okay.
Smell anything.
No. Well, I mean, you smell woods.
Yeah. Who's next?
Blue's next.
All right, go ahead.
Where you at, card? Yeah. that do a thing? Hopefully that did a thing.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
21.
There is. You're pretty sure.
Sorry.
What?
Before we switch off.
Okay.
Erasmus and Blue, because Blue was mostly waiting for a time to talk to Erasmus by himself, so he's going to do it in between turns here. You do know that we risk a lot to save you from some of the stupid things that you do, right?
I'm aware.
Okay.
And I'm
Just
thankful.
maybe
for
remember that the next time you try to burn yourself.
that I will.
All right. That's all I got to say to you.
All right. So you said.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you said you're chilling and you're watching, and with your superior cat senses, you do get the sense there's some stuff out in those woods. It is not a place you'd really want to go traipsing about at night, but nothing that appears to come close to your dome or seems to be particularly interested in you.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. So then that's me being last. So, yep, I'll take the morning watch and be enjoying nature.
Yeah, you still feel a little groggy, and you're still kind of. There's just something that's like nagging at you about the whole thing. And it's bothering you, and you're just not, it's distracting. So you don't really pay a lot of attention on what's going on.
Okay.
And then by the time morning comes around, you have not been assaulted. Nobody's come after you. So there you go.
All right. Is Reverence back yet? No. Okay. Then I'll wait. Okay. I'll get Blue up, but I'll let Erasmus sleep. And I'll wake him up and say, it's possible for me to do a divination spell. If we want to learn more, maybe we can ask my god a question about what Erasmus is connected to and learn more about it. I don't know. What do you think?
What would we do if he found out who it was or what it is?
Well, if we find out what it is, he might have to find out anyway.
That's true.
But if we do it and it's nothing, dangerous or super evil, well, then if he finds out, we'll just say we cared about him and we don't want us or him to get hurt.
Okay.
He doesn't seem to know very much about it, so bit dangerous to be playing with these forces and not knowing.
Apparently.
Well,
do we want to tell him, or do we just want to do it without him knowing?
I think we should consult Reverence first.
Yeah. It takes you a while to set that up anyway, right?
Yes.
That your thing.
We'll have to get supplies and everything, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, so then I'll get oh, sorry, go ahead.
No. I'm gonna meditate for a bit on this and see what I can come up with.
Okay. So yeah, get everybody up then and start our day with new spells. Yay, get all my spells back. I used a lot of my spells in that last fight. Okay.
Oh yeah, key points.
I used half of mine.
Can I also ask, kind of out of game, I know we leveled up a while ago, and I know we're on milestones, sort of, and I'm just kind of wondering, are we, like, anywhere where that would be coming up, like, leveling up again, or we still have some things to get done before that?
I would say if you complete your journey down to the beekeeper, you will level up.
Okay.
Okay.
That's right now. That's your goal. That
Right.
seems to be your ultimate goal, and your goals are what's driving
Okay.
the levels up. So
Okay. All right.
Well, first we have to visit someone in Barnswallow.
Yes.
Yes. We have to go find the tree with the elm trees. No, the house with the elm trees. The cabin with the elm trees.
Yeah.
What did I write?
And there's a lady in it.
Yes, and we confirm the
Moran.
directions with the rangers, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So in the morning, I'm going to go while people are eating breakfast or whatever. Blue is going to go meditate
okay.
with Medi. Mostly to ask Medi if he knows anything about.
Meeting with Maddie.
Yeah. To the rest of you, you've seen Blue meditate before, but
Yeah.
when Blue meditates, it's more like a curled up in a ball nap time kind of deal.
It's a
Lots
cat
of,
meditation.
It's a cat meditation, and you'll
It's
see him
napping.
hanging from a tree branch or some shit, and it's like, oh, he's meditating.
He finds a
This one looks
cup of
different. This
bugs.
one, yeah. This one actually looks like what you would think a genuine monk might do to meditate.
So Elizabeth is
Less
going
of
to
a
take the time to kind of search around again, do some checks for mushrooms or any other things that she would note in her her journals. Yes. So nature check.
All right, nature check. Oh, geez. You find the fungus jackpot. Just massive.
It's a fruit machine, but the fruits are mushrooms.
of mushrooms of all different sizes, some which are very tall and long, and others which are fat and wide and blue. There's some white puffy looking things. I mean, you just see, it just runs the gamut around here.
And
However, you
Yeah, go
do
ahead.
notice that there's a lot of like odd growths or, just bad smells or, nothing seems in a proper amount of health.
okay, I'll start like estimating about what percentage of healthy versus unhealthy, fungi and stuff I see as well, because I want to kind of I start tracking the corruption a bit more along the edges as we travel.
You would think it would be, well, here, why don't you... you got a 20 net nature. I'm going to just say that you would gather it's about 30% yuck with maybe like a 10% not sure, and the rest is healthy.
All right. Okay. All right, and it seems to be rotting, not mutating.
There's some that have some odd growths on it.
Okay.
It's hard to say if this is a mutation or what it is exactly.
Okay. Now she'll make the notes, diligently.
While mushrooms hunting and meditation is going on, I'm gonna burn a couple of pages.
Okay. As you do this, your patron seems almost
She went.
Oh boy, she's gone.
She was so clear for so long. Maybe if we
And that's how Erasmus' patron got the DM.
No one can know.
give it a few seconds. Usually it jumps back in.
That was a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
inside.
You can probably ask.
Oh.
You can probably ask.
You
Yeah.
dropped out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you'll have to start from the.
I didn't hear any. We were just about to tell what our patron actually said,
And then you dropped out.
Yeah.
And we're all on pins
All
and
right.
needles.
Okay, so the patron gives you a feeling, a very strong feeling like no matter what, it will be you and me. When everyone else deserts you, I never will.
Good to know. I mean, I didn't really doubt that, so good to know.
Reverence, do you want to do anything in your morning before we get on the horses and head off?
I'm good.
Do you want to talk to Reverence about what you talked to Blue about?
Yes. I'll ask Reverence for some help with the mushrooms. They're very heavy. And draw him away from the camp. Well, I mean, Erasmus is obsessed with fire. He's burning his shit anyway.
Yeah,
So
I'm not noticing. You can.
you don't have to roll
probably,
perception.
Yeah.
At disadvantage. I mentioned this to Blue earlier, that I can use the divination spell. I mean, this isn't sitting right with me. And if he doesn't really understand what he's worshiping, we can ask my goddess for a direct answer as to what it is he's communing with.
That sounds wise to me.
All right. Well, the question is, do we want to bring him in on it? Because that was my idea. I've talked to Blue and talked to you now. Should we do it all together, or do you want to do it when he's on a mission?
I think maybe you doing it alone might be the most important thing.
Okay, we can do that too. All right. Well, we'll have to wait till we can get the components, so it'll be a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, and then Blue. So
Yes.
you go over to meditate.
Yes. And ask Medi if he knows anything about... What was your patron's name again?
Eel.
All right. Now I have to roll for Medi. I have done that before.
Wait,
Boom! Oh no! Okay, I did not expect that.
well, Medi does have a connection to the God of Time, so I'm
That's
assuming he
true.
probably
He's probably
knows
seen a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, that fiend that he's made a pact with. You mean?
Fiend? What's a
What did you
fiend?
think he was?
I don't know. I don't know what fiends are.
You don't
Is
know
that
what?
is that like an elemental?
Well, it
Like a-
can be, but not always.
Hmm.
They're not good, but my understanding of his particular fiend is it's not evil either. It's just destructive.
Destructive.
Hmm.
Do you
You must
know?
have noticed he likes to destroy things with fire.
Yes.
Well, there you go.
He keeps saying it. He's doing to renew things. Does that sound about right for what Eel would do, or is Eel just wanting to destroy things to destroy things?
He was about fire. I mean, does fire renew? Yes, sometimes. Sometimes it just destroys, and sometimes it's like asking if a thunderstorm intends to make things wet. It doesn't intend anything. It's a thunderstorm. Hurricanes don't intend to get things off of buildings. Like that's the goal. There's not a goal of a hurricane. There's not a goal of fire. The goal of fire is to burn.
Okay. Well, thank you. I'll share this with everyone else and see what we do about Erasmus's erratic behavior.
You guys are. I must say, I appreciate your loyalty to that creature. I really do. But I don't understand it. I think it's ridiculous.
Love you too, Medi.
Power, friendship, and whatnots.
I wouldn't know anything about such a thing. I'm just a medallion.
Well, thank you, Medi.
You are welcome, Mr. Blue.
All right. I'm gonna hold on to that until I get a chance to grab Reverence and Elspeth by themselves. So you don't know this yet.
Okay.
Well, we've been just discussing the divination spell. So.
Yeah. So I know we're trying to. I just also don't want to be like, hey, Rasmus, what is this shit?
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
Rasmus doesn't know a thing.
He just knows that he gets to do his magic-y bolt things.
He likes fire.
And yeah, that's all he knows. I don't think he really knows what kind of creature eel is.
Of course not, and he doesn't care. He just likes to light fires, and he likes people who like to light fires.
Mm-hmm. They make a good combination.
What? Depending on how much fire you like.
Yeah. Which so far hasn't been dangerous, but it's been
Medi throwing shade.
Betty does not like Erasmus.
Damn
Doesn't want to be set on fire.
It's a medallion. It can't burn.
Yeah, I could melt it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Can I get it hot enough? I can see that.
Probably does. Yeah. There you go.
It's magic. It probably has protection.
I mean, you guys could roll on this, but no,
No.
Erasmus is a direct threat to Medi, but Medi is a snob.
Yes. All right. Cool beans. I have no more questions for Medi.
Okay.
All right, so you all get together, and it is what it is. I guess you start heading towards Barnswallow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. It is a kind of cool, temperate day. As you walk down, more and more the environment starts to go towards pine forest. There are patches of just like berry bushes that you don't necessarily know what they are. It has the look of a place that would be a little bit difficult to live in, but also in its own rugged way. There's an attractiveness there. It's kind of right between mountains and forests. So yeah.
Austria. Okay.
I was gonna say it's Alaska, but
Same difference.
yeah.
Yeah, this is a. My sister went to Austria. She liked it a lot, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, as you head down, who's keeping watch?
I take it Erasmus and a reverence are up front, and I'm at the back. It's kind of-
Yeah, the usual arrangement.
Yeah. Oh, I will explain to Elspeth since we ride together.
Like, oh,
what Letty said.
he's a little firefly then, attracting chaotic beings and like pyromaniacs. I might start calling him Firefly. Okay. All right. Well, are you going to tell him at camp tonight, or wherever we end up, or what were your thoughts?
Once we can talk to a reverence without Erasmus there, and then we can decide what we need to do.
Okay.
Or maybe we just have to tell Erasmus altogether. This is what the thing that you're worshiping is a fiend.
Well, I think maybe the three of us at least should discuss it, because yeah,
Yes.
do what we think is best as a group. Otherwise, he'll be surprised, and he might not like that. So.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep. So we whisper in hushed tones.
Yes.
Well, there's horses, like there's hooves,
Yes.
like clipping or clubbing.
Well,
It's
you're
fairly
an
you should
elephant.
probably have.
Yeah, I'm sure we've had conversations without you all hearing us before.
Yeah, like if you go like 10 feet back and have a conversation,
Yeah.
we can't hear shit.
Yeah. So, yep, that happened. We ride on.
So
Who
This
is
is-
keeping watch?
I guess me and Erasmus are.
All right.
yeah, you roll. I'll assist you.
21.
Nice.
Um. All right. So as you look around, you notice several things. One is that clearly this is a place where that has seen some action lately. There's markings about that demonstrate that things, all kinds of different things, travel around and along these roads. You can almost feel a dark sense of oppressiveness coming from both sides of you. You also notice, based on, this is kind of your zone, mountains. This is where you grew up, so you're kind of used to it. You can tell that there have been groups of Dragonborn in this area. Not fairly recently, you would think. Where they went, you don't know. But it's almost like they have been coming and going.
Right.
But there is nothing that assails you right at the moment. So let's see. Now, I believe where we left off, you were a day's journey.
Something like that. Something
We
like
were
that.
through the North Pass, right? We're heading toward the South Pass.
Yeah, we have gone through the North Pass, then we met them and went on
Further.
went off path
Yeah.
to do that, and then there was it was 3 hours to get there, and then 3 hours back, and then we camped out, and then I think it was a day or day and a half, something like that.
All right. So I think we can sort of go through, and if you're walking at normal speed, you'll probably camp once and then get to Barnswallow the noon of the next day. So we can sort of time our way through that. And
Yep.
all right. So, is there anything you would have wanted to do tonight while you were camping? Anything?
I guess
that you need-
Elsbeth will do another nature check. Because
Alright.
yeah. Not so much tonight.
No,
All right.
got a lot on your mind.
Okay.
Blue will continue to meditate with Medi.
Okay. Anything in particular, or
No.
all right?
And then, of course, she'll do her religious things and proper spells or whatever for the next day and all that kind of stuff. So that too.
I'll do some target practice.
Sure.
Oh, I guess at some point I do need to tell Reverence the thing.
Oh yeah.
I was kind of waiting for that.
I forgot about the thing, yes. I also got to tell Reverence that.
All right.
So while somebody's doing target practice, I will tell you all the things that Medi said.
Huh. A fiend, you say?
The fiend doesn't seem to care much about creation or destroying, or just is.
I would imagine that it being a fire fiend, it does care about destroying. Isn't it its entire purpose?
Well, as Medi explained.
Do you want to roll religion?
Who?
Sure.
Who?
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know much about fiends.
Not really.
Yeah. From what Nettie explained it's fire, and fire doesn't really care. I don't think it's necessarily evil, it's just it doesn't care about the consequences of whether it, torches us or anything else in the process. It's just fire.
Strange. What a strange creature. We also need to do a little bit more research on this being.
Yes.
What its origins are and how long it's been around and things like that.
That I don't know.
Oh,
Elspeth, do you want to roll religion to see what you would know? Because you already
sure.
know this. You're no expert on fiends specifically either. You know generally that for the most part they're evil,
Okay.
but they sometimes are not so much evil as they are the creation of evil. As in, whoever created this creature, if it is not evil itself or gave birth to it, would have been an evil being or had an evil intent.
Okay. So I'll share that with the other two people. I guess I thought Blue was talking to. Well, I guess Blue was talking to.
Yeah, but you might. I'm assuming you would have been thinking about these things,
Right.
And you've
Yes.
done.
But just for
done more
now,
of this stuff.
I'll join the conversation because I see them talking. So I'll take the opportunity during target practice to give them my perspective on this.
Do you think we should tell Erasmus?
Well, it's possible
He
if
doesn't
we.
seem to know a whole lot.
If
Do you think he'd care?
I don't know.
Well, he doesn't necessarily have to appease the fiend in order to do fire. He can just do the fire for himself. He doesn't have to do this sort of, bidding and stuff during burning the pages and other things for it, which he seems to do obsessively. So maybe he'll make the choice to abandon it.
And then what would he do with his life?
Well, he can still do fire stuff with us. He said it was only there for the last 2.5 years, so presumably he had a life before it. They just need to break up and he needs to move on.
And then he would not have spells and magic and powers anymore?
I don't know. He can still set
you're
things on
asking-
fire.
With his hands, sure.
I don't think that's what he gets out of it, though.
I don't think he's going to want to give up all that.
Well, it'll be the right thing to do. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Maybe we need to find him another fire friend.
Oh, yeah. Swap them out.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to research some fire gods.
Yes. We're going to mess with Erasmus's love life now.
Okay, so we'll...
Religious matchmaking.
So we're just gonna we'll keep this. Should we keep this between us until we find him? Someone else to swipe right on.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, religious matchmaking. I love this.
We'll find a city with a library. There's a big city.
Hey, Tinder.
Deity Tinder.
God, Tinder, D&D. I can see it.
Yeah. To the left. To the left. Okay. So if we come to a city with one of our temples, we can maybe consult with the elders or the higher ups to do some research.
Yes.
When you get to Nabrago, trying to remember the name of my own cities, but you are going to be at a city pretty soon, and it's a big city, so.
Okay.
All right.
And
Let's try
hopefully
not
more
to get kicked out of it. Yes. Let's not get kicked out of it before we do our research.
Yeah, low profile. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, yeah, then I think we can fast forward if everyone else is okay. We can just...
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So the next day is more overcast, darker, colder, and as you walk towards Barnswallow, there's kind of a clammy mist in the air. You walk into a town that has clearly seen better days. People eye you suspiciously. It is not friendly. There's not a lot of people out and about.
I put my hood up.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, should we find our elm tree cottage?
Yes, lead the way.
It's not like I know. Did I talk to? Do I know where it is?
Wasn't it like on a hill?
Yeah. it was
like
on
we
a hill.
got a description. I don't think we got like direction.
We even got a name. I just can't remember it.
Moran?
Something like that, I think.
That's what I got written down, so I'm gonna go with.
Oh, okay.
I got Elm Tree's Cottage and Moran written on a piece of paper, so it's the extent of my notes.
All right. Well,
Look around for
Yeah, you could
Look around
roll
for it.
perception or investigation, whichever.
how big is this town?
It is not a terribly big town by the standards of the country. It's kind of sparse, but it's big enough. There's maybe you would guess a population of maybe 600,
All
that
right.
sort of size.
There we go.
The whole spectrum there.
Yeah, whole
So-
spectrum in one roll. Sorry, I have fat fingers on the touchscreen.
No worries. I had that problem when I used my tablet the other week.
Yeah, I gotta just remember not to use.
Oh, that sounds like
use your mouse. That's all. I'm
Oh my
saying.
God,
That sounds like a
Lou.
bad name.
No.
Fat fingers.
So many
touchscreen.
dogs.
So many dogs.
There's just dogs in this damn
Oh
town.
no!
You're just,
It's
you
like
are
this.
not-
It's like
the
it's
whole
like
place
that
smells
one, but like more. I
Oh.
wanna rest
Are
this
there-
time.
Are there any swallows in Barn Swallow?
You can roll perception.
Okay. 14.
Yeah. I mean, there aren't a ton of birds and not a ton of swallows, but as you look around, you can see that. Well, I don't know how much you know about birds, but assuming you know a little bit about it from your time on the island, people have built sort of houses specifically that are friendly to the swallow type of bird.
Oh, so with overhangs for them to build their nests.
Yeah. So you assume that either they built a lot of overhangs and noticed, hey, we got a lot of swallows around here, or they just really like swallows. It's hard to
They
say.
like to be pooped on.
Mm.
Because that's what happens when you have that. You literally have to build something so the swallows can't build above the nest above you. Or they shit on you.
All right.
They don't seem to mind. They're just
Well, I won't king shame. Okay.
Did anyone else want to try to find the hill?
Yeah, I haven't found it. I'm just like in
Just
fur is just up and mild hissing all the time.
I'm gonna assume we asked someone. What?
I don't know. We haven't so far.
No, we've just been looking around, right?
Yep.
Are you rolling perception then? Otherwise, I will. Or we
yeah,
both
go
can.
ahead.
I'm looking to see if the town actually lives up to its own name.
Looking for the hill.
And it does. It does. But in looking for the hill, there's only one big hill in this town, so it's not that hard to get a bead on.
Is there a
And you-
cottage on it?
There's more than one, but
Oh.
I'm assuming if you walk up there, you notice one that's right near some elm trees. So,
Yeah.
and it's a small stone cottage with thatched roof.
Oh, nice. All right, who's gonna knock?
Sure, I'll knock.
The face.
I knock on the door.
All right. You hear some sounds like somebody is coming, but it takes a while. And when when the door comes open, it's one of those things where it looks pretty dark in there, but you see a female half elf with what appears to be her leg up in a cast, and she peers out at you
Oh,
and says, "Yeah, can I help you?"
Were we given a name?
yes, we were.
Moran.
What was the name?
Moran.
Moran.
Moran? Moran?
Yes.
Oh,
I have to. I'm sorry. I have to
What else?
run and do something really quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh.
I have Morana, but
Morana?
Okay.
Something along those lines.
yeah.
Yeah, I just wrote something down. I know it's not Celia because that was the bracers lady.
Yeah, I've got Snow Spire and Morana. I don't know what the Snow Spire is, but
That's the dwarven professor at the school.
okay. And she's supposed to have bees. Is that right?
Yes.
No.
No. That's the beekeeper. That's further
Oh.
south.
That's
Okay.
many days. That's many weeks from now.
Oh no. Okay. All
No,
right.
this is the person we're supposed to be dropping the Trident off to.
I thought we already dropped off. The
Yeah, they took the Trident.
No, I didn't know.
No, I was upset about it because they didn't tell us what it did.
Yeah.
No, I thought she just didn't tell us why would we be here otherwise?
Why are we here?
Yeah, they give to drop off the Trident. They didn't tell.
No,
like,
she was gonna get. Was she gonna get a passage to?
no.
No,
we
so no, we met the intern outside the city gates. She gave us all
She-
our stuff back and the bracers and everything else,
Mhm.
and then we
Didn't take
gave
the
her the
Trident.
Trident, and she put it in the bag of holding. And then
she left.
yeah, well, I tried to get more information out of her, and she wouldn't say anything.
Well, why the heck are we here then?
So I don't remember. The DM.
Why are we here?
Hey, sorry. What was the question? I just got back.
Why are
We
we
don't remember
here?
why we're here.
She suggested that basically that Morana would be helpful to you in getting through the past and towards the south.
Also,
right.
the beekeeper lady is because she might know something about. Like the reason we needed to go to her was because she might know something about the corruption. I think like she's some kind of like prophet oracle thing. If I remember correctly.
Yep.
Okay. So we need to get through the pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Morana, I take it.
Yeah, I know who I am. Who are
Lovely.
you?
Well, I could.
My name is Reverence. I'm with the we are with the Barony School of Magic and the what is this society? Candlewick Society?
Yes.
Yes, the Candlewick Society.
She
You're
looks
told-
around and holds up a finger, and then she just sort of waves you in.
Mm-hmm. We follow.
Go in as well.
Yep.
Yep.
She says, well, just come right out and throw it right out there. Then, all right,
Yep.
it's your way. Sure. So, haven't seen anyone from the Candlewick Society in quite some time.
Well, you would be one of the few that we've met outside of the school.
Fair enough.
We were traveling south. We were on a special mission to collect artifacts for the school. We've collected a few so far. We took something from Skyguard, though it was some trident, though we're not sure what it actually did. We were trying to get south of the passes, and we were told to come here for your assistance.
Or guidance or something.
Yes.
She kind of looks at her leg and says, well, I don't think I'm going to be heading down through the pass with you, but I can give you some advice.
Well, I could fix that. I can.
She looks at you. Roll persuasion.
Okay. But I thought people wanted free healthcare.
Oh God, it's a Republican elf.
Half elf, yeah. I am also a half elf.
She gives you a look and then says, "Yeah, right, fine."
All right, so I'll cast Healing Word on her.
Um,
Oh, and she gets an extra 3 hit points because I am a life cleric and I'm just so good at my job. So 8 in total.
Okay. Hey, you want to roll a medicine check?
Oh, okay. To see if it's really broken. Faking. Okay. So rolling medicine.
You know, out there's an orc out there yelling about how we're enslaving clerics to provide free healthcare to random people.
14.
Yeah, it does sort of puzzle you, this injury. Kind of not clear on like what it is. It doesn't appear like the bone is broken, and it doesn't appear like there's a big cut there. You know, a lot of things can go wrong with legs, but you just...
But it's a cast, so surely she's broke.
Well,
What does her house look like?
It is a
Also, the
mess.
room we're in.
It is just a sticky old mess of dishes that really need washing, and just it's an unpleasant place. There's a dog, Blue. I hate to tell you, a small dog though that
Worse.
does not seem at all interested in any of you. Yeah, it appears that she lives here by herself. You guys could roll perception and see what, if anything, you can pick out
I'll
other
do
than
that.
it's a mess.
I'm curious.
17.
Okay.
I'm busy healing.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Erasmus, you see just a lot of junk everywhere, and things are just thrown about as if
The fire
Just like-
hazard.
yeah, well, it is a fire hazard indeed. But Blue, there's a certain there's like a method to this madness. It looks less to you like somebody who's just a slob, more like somebody who is playing the part of a slob, who's putting things in very specific places. But like, you've been in messy houses before, right? Like, there's a bunch of dishes in the sink, but they're not that dirty. They're just like dishes that have been thrown in a pile in a sink. You know what I mean?
Looks like my desk. Got it. Thanks for adding me there, Chrissy. I appreciate it.
He feels you.
He's gonna report you for being in the picture.
Okay. I'll just ask, like, how did you hurt your leg?
She looks at you guys and says, "Oh, you know, it's a old injury, comes up every now and then.
Well,
Feels better now, thanks."
yeah, sure. So can you lead us through the path?
Sure, why not?
Why exactly? Just, if you don't mind me asking, they weren't actually told why we needed your help to pass through the pass, so...
Well, I'm assuming they didn't want you to die.
Yeah. So what... I'm just curious, like, what is...
What's going to try to kill us?
Yeah.
Well, the giants, would do
Giants?
Oh goodness.
I mean, that's everyone to me.
The roving bands of Dragonborn that have been harassing around the.
Oh,
I'm sure we could take them on.
so giants and giant me's. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's various things that could might intend you harm. But I've been watching this pass for a long time. I know how to avoid most of the dangers. It's fine. You'll be safe as houses.
Great. When do you want to leave?
She looks around her house and says, I gotta talk to a couple people in the town before I can get go anywhere for an extended period.
Okay.
So
That's
why
fair.
don't you guys make yourself at home? And I'll be back in about an hour. Don't go through my stuff.
A quick question before you head out. If you're traveling a lot through the forest and the woods and whatnot, do you ever happen to come across a druid called Madrigon?
Roll insight.
Okay. Why am I always on the wrong page for the rolls I need? Okay.
All right, I'm gonna. No, I don't know that name. Wouldn't be able to tell you.
All right. I have a message if you ever happen to bump into Madrigon, though. I mean, if you didn't mind, if you ever happen to while you're out in the woods. That she's welcome back to the Enclave.
Is that so?
Yeah. I was asked to take that message, but since you travel a lot, you might eventually bump into her. Maybe you'll meet her before I will.
Yeah, maybe. Who's to say? Anyway, like I said, I'll be back in an hour, and I will know if you went through my stuff.
Right.
All right.
Oh, okay.
So should we just... Are there chairs for us to sit on?
I gotta wash her dishes.
You're going to wash your dishes.
No,
She said, "Don't go through her stuff."
that's
I'm
her
not going
stuff.
through it. I'm cleaning it.
No, that's still going through it.
Do you wash her dishes?
Do a performance check? How do you even do that? What is that?
Are we gonna let me wash the
Dexterity?
dishes? Are we gonna
Dexterity to see if
think
you-
about it?
To see if you
Hey,
avoid
when I
trouble.
have crazy ideas, it's not to burn things; it's to clean things.
Fair.
You can
was
clean
fair.
things with fire.
I mean, I would say that it's not a check of any kind to wash dishes.
Well, dexterity in case you drop a wet
Yeah,
one.
drop them.
Drop
All right, you can roll a dexterity.
I just want to see you roll a 1, that's all.
on dishwashing.
I want to see like he has to roll a dexterity save to see if he can save the plate he drops.
All right, let's yes. Unless you all are gonna physically try to stop me.
Nope, I'm gonna go sit on the porch.
Yeah,
Okay.
same here.
I am just going to wash her dishes.
All right, roll dexterity, I guess. Yeah, you can wash her
Ooh.
dishes quickly. They're really, really not that dirty.
Well, there goes our guide.
But at least now they are stacked.
Oh God,
Right.
when you say wash, you're a cat. Are you washing them
No, I
with your
will wash
tongue?
them as well.
Not
Okay.
tongue bathing them?
It's hugging the dishes. Ugh. It's probably just cat hair on every one of us.
Oh yeah, no, you all notice all the time that you just find cat hair on you.
There's just always some sort of tuft of hair somewhere.
All right, I
You're
will.
extremely unlucky. You have seen a hairball or two.
I will invite Erasmus to join me on the porch with Reverence because I don't want anything.
Oh,
to
I
sound-
already went out with
Okay.
Reverend.
get a carer now.
About an hour.
Well, cats
and a
weren't supposed to
goes
like
by,
Blue.
Go ahead.
and you see her coming back up the hill. And then she's brought like a basket, and there's some food inside of the basket. You can tell.
Hmm.
She looks at you and says, "All right, come on in. We'll have something to eat.
Ooh.
Get going in the morning."
We have clean dishes now.
Gonna dream.
Just for the record, we still told him that that's technically touching your stuff.
Honk,
So don't
honk.
go
That was the bus that Erasmus just threw Blue under.
True.
What a tattletale.
True.
He just told her that
That was not a.
Oh, I thought that was in character. Sorry.
No.
Oh, sorry. Then I
That
retract
was
it.
just commentary on the fact that we're eating things.
Oh
Yeah,
no. Okay. I thought that was in character. Sorry.
No, he
she
did wash.
washed
He did wash the dishes.
Yes.
And immediately notices the dishes have been altered.
She pushes it over. Back into this thing.
Smashes it off.
She goes over to you, Blue, and says, "Did you do this?"
I just start purring.
She shoots you.
Roll persuasion for purring.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, go for it. And that's probably fair.
All right.
Can you purr your way out of this situation?
I'm gonna purr my way out of all situations.
Yeah, that doesn't
Oh.
impress her at all.
That was less than perfect.
She, I see what you did there.
Go on.
So she leans in very close to you, and stares into your kitty eyes, and says, "You want me to save your life, correct? Keep you safe?"
Yeah.
That means if I tell you to do something, do it. And if I tell you not to do something, don't do it. Is that crystal clear to you at this point in your head?
Blue just slinks away. Little Blue. Blue is taller than all of you, probably. Not so. Besides Erasmus, or not Erasmus, just Reverends, and now he's about the size of Erasmus.
She brings the basket over to a table with a bunch of stuff on it, which she just sort of pushes off to one side. There are 2 chairs at the table, but she drags a couple others out of the like corners. It's not matched or anything. She says, "Somebody want to get the plates?"
I look at Blue.
I look at Blue.
We're all looking at Blue.
Even Blue is looking at Blue.
I'll go get the plate.
All right. So she sets you a dinner. It's not extremely like lavish or anything, but it's perfectly good dinner. There's some vegetables, there's some meats and some cheeses and breads, and she just sort of lays it out and so that you can take whatever you want.
I'll add some of my edible mushrooms to the mix.
She gives you a nod. And then
yummy.
she eats in total silence.
God, I love this woman. I am crushing so hard right now.
You know, I ship it.
Yeah. I'll also eat in
Okay.
total silence. I don't want to. I'm just going to admire her silently. Elizabeth
Rivers is just so confused. I assume that this was all Blue's fault, and I just stare at Blue like, look what you've done.
I don't give a fuck. I'm just eating.
Oh.
Yep. You finished dinner then, I guess.
Yeah. Afterwards, she just cleans up after you guys.
I offer to
Just
help.
throws everything back into the
The
now
sink.
dirtied again dishes, and she throws them in the sink and gives Blue a look like, "Don't you touch these? This is where I want them." Look.
Are they exactly the same way they were before, or is it just like randomly throwing them in?
It looks pretty random.
Okay, so she's not like stacking them the same way, Fav.
No.
So Elizabeth approaches and asks, "Is there, besides the giants, anything else? Is there any terrain we should know about, or things like signals you're going to give us when we need to be quiet, or what's the plan for our travels?"
Yeah, that's a good question. At least one of you has a brain. All right, come on. Listen, this is how it's going to go. As long as you're quiet and you move at night, you should be fine. Right? During the day, stay off of the trail, but don't go too far away from it either. If I need you, and then she makes like a whistle, almost like a bird call, and says, that is a symbol of get down and take cover. Other than that, we should be fine.
All right. Anyone else have any questions?
No.
Is it cold?
Is it cold?
Yes.
It is cold. Like inside the house, or
No. Like, is where we're going gonna be cold?
yeah, it's the mountains.
Yeah. I'm not sure you all noticed, but I'm still just wearing the same shorts I've been wearing this whole time.
Do you need trousers?
I might, or like a coat, cloak,
You
or
have
something.
fur.
You know, not a snow cat.
Well, I don't know.
Erasmus just looks at Blue like, yeah, you have fur.
Well, what I could do is I can give you my boots.
I mean,
It might actually make sense. So let me,
I can just. I don't know if Blue likes wearing shoes.
Okay, well, they have a resistance to cold damage. You can ignore difficult terrain in ice and snow and tolerate temperatures as low as minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yes, I still don't think Blue likes wearing shoes.
Oh my gosh, not even these shoes? They're amazing shoes. They're so comfortable and warm and fuzzy inside. They've got this great wool lining. It's so soft.
Does he have to wear them on his feet for it to work?
I don't think so, but I mean, I guess you could punch with boots in your hand, but you might damage the boots.
No, I'll just Morana.
Yeah.
Ask, is there a place I might be able to pick up a cloak before we leave tomorrow?
You need any special kind of cloak?
No, just a warm one.
She heads over to the
Oh, you're gonna
She
get one from the garbage pile.
closet and takes out kind of an old coat, gray, looks like it's been patched up a couple times, and it's wool. She tosses it to you. Says, "I want to."
Oh, I think we lost her again.
It's okay. This cloak's gonna be covered in cat hair soon. For her.
It's probably already covered in dog hair.
That's true. It's gonna probably have dog hair all over it.
Yeah, now that I think of it, she probably doesn't even mind.
Well,
I'm sorry. I think I dropped out.
Yes, yes,
you
Yes,
guys?
you did.
Yes.
All right. She gave you an old gray wool cloak and told you she wants it back as soon as you're through the pass.
does it have dog hair on it? That we were winding blew up about the dog hair.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It has dog hair on it.
Wonderful.
It was the dog's bed.
I'm gonna assume my fiery mage armor kind of warms a bit.
I think you'd have to read the specs, right?
Well, no, it's not an actual like.
Oh, okay.
It's not like I'm just flavoring. Like it's obviously not gonna protect me from cold, but like it still counts on like wearing a sweater.
All right, so bedtime?
Yeah. Actually, why don't you tell me something about this trident of yours? Where did you find it? What's it look like?
I tell her everything I know about this trident.
And I show her floof.
That's true. It's part of the story.
Yeah, exactly.
She looks at the bird and she says, "Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Oh yeah, I've just been dragged around the parrot in a cage for no reason.
You really have. You've just been dragging around a parrot in a cage everywhere you go." And she says,
Well, obviously, when we fight, I put him down. Like, I didn't like drag him into battle.
Nah, he's in a little like a little like platform hanging off your shoulders, little bird cage, just on a little rig that you got.
Oh, let's make that.
looks at him and says, "I don't think it's a good idea to be carrying that bird around everywhere you go. I mean, you guys are..."
Well, I can't exactly leave him by the road.
"Why don't you leave him with me? I'm real
Sure.
good with animals."
Okay. Do you want that floof? I look at the parrot.
That's been trying to bite your finger off for like a month.
That's true. Trying to bite me
Well,
too.
maybe it would prefer her.
She goes over and she has animal handling, so let's see what she does. Yeah. She gives it a little piece of meat that's left over from the basket. It chirps at it, grabs it, chews it
Oh,
up.
This is a pirate parrot. It's eating meat.
It does. I don't think it eats meat all the time, but this kind of bird.
It's a fucking carnivorous parrot. Okay.
Well, a lot of times they eat bugs. I don't have bugs. Do you have bugs? I don't keep it in my larder. I'm sorry this is offensive to you.
That wasn't in character, by the way. It was just.
Oh, it was funnier in character.
Okay. Well, if she wants it, then she can have it. We don't need it, do we?
Maybe the
Look at the other.
cage. The cage is probably valuable, some variety, but that's about it.
Yeah, but I think he kind of needs the cage to stay alive.
It's probably true.
Well, we know
Who
where he's
knows how?
living. If we need to come
Who
back.
knows how? Who knows how long he's been in the cage? Maybe if we take him out, he dies. Like in the cage.
You could roll Arcana?
I'll do that. 22.
Probably not. You get the sense that the cage leaves him in state, kind of almost a stasis.
Uh,
it's a conscious stasis, but it's not like
but it's still like
He leaves and
makes an
enters
envi-
time, but he doesn't actually age unless he's out of the box.
but it's
Right.
still like he exists, like it makes the perfect environment for him. And this cold mountain area probably isn't good for parrots. I don't know.
I mean, I'm just saying, if it's maybe worth something. That's all. Like, it might be worth money.
House. It's his house. He lives there.
I'm not gonna fight him. You can keep it.
I mean, I'm only just like dropping everything to take you on a dangerous travel as a guide for nothing. But okay.
I look at Blue and go,
tough.
yeah, she has a point.
Not like you're not complete strangers to me.
I hand her the cage and Flew.
Thank you.
I Flew.
And you notice, Erasmus, that as unfriendly as she appears to people, she looks with genuine affection at the bird.
Oh, he's found a good home.
So,
Wow.
are you?
I have
leaving the
become some
cage?
kind.
Are you keeping
no.
the cage?
We're not keeping it. It's his house.
You're just gonna give away a magical item like that? You know how much?
Okay. While you were gone.
But yeah,
Okay.
we had this conversation.
All right. Okay,
Yeah, we
go
had
ahead.
the conversation.
Skip ahead. Just skip to the end. That's fine.
She looks around and says, well, you probably have to sleep on the floor. Only got the one bed, and I'm not looking for
We have beds. We have stuff to make beds with. We'll be fine.
Yeah, we can just get our bed rolls out.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. I'll see you in the morning. You can keep the fire going as long as you want.
Okay.
And she goes and just goes into her bedroom and closes the door with Floof, and the dog comes as well.
Okay.
I go and lay out my bedroll right next to the fire.
All right. I'll lay mine a little bit farther away. And yeah, prepare my spells for the morning and everything else, and get ready to put my head down. Assuming we don't need watches inside someone's house inside a city. So.
Yeah, not really. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but
I'm not gonna.
Is there a box?
is there a box?
He wants to sleep in a box.
Doesn't matter what size it is.
Like an empty fire box?
There are boxes. All of them have stuff in them that you can see. So you would either have to take stuff out of them in order to get into the box.
No, I'm not gonna take stuff out. But whatever the smallest box is, the smallest box without taking the stuff out, Blue is gonna sleep on top of it.
All right. Well, you find again, it's a box with a whole bunch of firewood in it, and you can sort of try and adjust it. It's not going to be super cozy, but you can get in there.
You just lay your bedroll out on top of it.
That's true. But, that would require Blue to not act like a cat. There's probably a perfectly good bedroll I could use to sleep in, but I'm going to choose to sleep
Well,
in
you
the
presumably
uncomfortable
have one.
Oh yeah.
Yep, settle down for the night. Off to the land of Nod.
Yep.
So you have a perfectly normal sleep. It's, warm on the inside. And in the morning when you wake up, you see that she's already, she just walks out of her bedroom already dressed from head to toe at dawn. It's all right. So,
Well, Drill Sergeant Badass. Okay. All right, yeah, get up, get my stuff together, get my pack together.
I get up, recast Mage Armor, pack my stuff up,
All right.
poke a bit in the embers of the fire.
Are we going to be taking our horses, or are we going on foot now?
I would hope we take the horses, otherwise
Okay.
it's gonna be a while.
Well, I was at the DM.
We should ask.
Oh, sorry.
Rana.
Yeah.
She looks and says, I'm going to take my horse. I don't know what you're going to do.
Okay, all right. All right.
There you go.
Just hard to be stealthy with horses, but okay. All right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, back up and go.
That's an album title. Stealthy with horses.
Guess we can have rations. We can have rations on horseback for breakfast.
Alright.
She throws you what looks like almost a granola bar. She says, we can stay for as long as we have coffee. I don't care. But we got to get going. I'm not looking to, as much as I enjoy the company of others, as I can tell, I'm a real extrovert. Yeah, sooner I get you safe, the better we'll all feel.
Yep, ready to go whenever.
So
Let's ride out.
she sucks down some coffee like she's doing a shot and saddles up her horse and just looks at you.
I think the word you're looking for is espresso.
I could see that. Yep, let's get on our mounts.
Yeah.
All right.
What riding order would you recommend is best for us? I ask her. Elizabeth asks.
She says,
Back.
well, the tall one can stay up with me. The two stupid ones can be in the middle, and you with the brains in the back.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, I kind of have to be with the tall one. I'm assuming we told Reverence told her his name, but assuming at some point we've introduced her.
I don't think she cares enough to
I
remember.
don't think we have, honestly. I don't think we have introduced ourselves, and I don't think I care to.
Yeah, she hasn't asked, so unless you just decided to volunteer that.
I volunteered, I've said my name, yeah. I would have said, mentioned it at some point.
All right, so she says, God, my cat is trying to get at dog food. Stop it. Stop it. Sorry,
Yeah,
man.
stop it, Blue.
I'm glad my cat's too lazy to be bad most of the time.
Here, hang on. I'm going to call somebody over to deal with the cat thief.
Hey, it's food sitting open. It's fair game as far as cats are concerned. Everything is a bed or eating.
Yeah. All right. Sorry about that. What was I saying? All right. So she knows Erasmus's name. She doesn't care. And she wants you to know she thinks that you're stupid. She didn't just happen to call you the stupid one. She's communicating something.
Jesus Christ.
She is a drill sergeant. She is a drill sergeant.
The fuck is wrong with this person?
Do you want to roll insight?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Am I going to get a tragic backstory just from intuition?
Yes.
Oh, I know that.
No,
No, you
I don't.
definitely
He just
don't.
seems like a jerk.
Yeah. Your sense of her is that she's kind of a jerk.
I like
What the hell is
her.
wrong with her?
She's very confident, and she's going to keep us alive. And she's an
She
NPC.
gets to the point.
Yeah. She does not.
Nah,
mess around.
she's a jerk.
You just don't like women, female authority. Women's authority. I love her. I could listen
I
to her
think she
boss
is-
you around all day.
Look,
Oh,
they got
yeah.
websites. They got websites for that.
Elspeth is a self-confirmed.
All
All
right.
right. Well, she directs you where she wants to and takes the lead. You notice that she rides very confidently, clearly knows this area well, nods at a couple people on her way out of town, and um, you could probably, someone could roll perception here.
Yeah, I can do that.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. All right. A couple of people give what look like hand signals to her on the way out. And then there's a couple of people who look at her like she's the biggest bitch in the world and they just want to stay away from
All of this makes me love her more.
her. So she heads you down. She says, all right, it's going to be probably a couple days journey, going carefully. Just keep to the path. Once we get to the pass itself, we're going to go at night only. But you all have dark vision, right? So,
Yeah.
Yep.
all right.
Can I ask a question of you?
So I follow her.
Hmm?
We can either play out the journey or get to the pass. It really doesn't matter to me.
I just want to ask her a single question.
Sure.
What exactly is your relationship with the Candlewick Society?
She roll persuasion.
That is a 14.
She looks at you and says, they do good work. And then she keeps going.
Fair enough, I guess.
So,
Yeah, so do we want to fast forward to
Yeah,
action?
the past.
Yep.
Yeah. Unless you guys want to discuss something behind Erasmus's back again.
No, we've got a plan now.
Okay.
And you know how our plans go.
Yeah. Yeah,
Great,
but this time it's like a plan like the only one who could really fraud the plan is probably me, unless we get attacked in the middle of it.
No, I think we're just going to let the storyline play out. You don't know anything.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't. I'm okay with going through the past unless eventful things happen.
Yep, I think we're agreed.
Yeah.
she, when you get to the area where you would definitely be going into the pass, she takes you to off the path to a place that you can tell has been used as a campsite before. At this point, it's about noon. She says, no fires.
I look at
Aw.
Erasmus.
Go at night.
Erasmus looks extremely disappointed.
All right. Yeah, we wait around. I don't think there's. I can. Oh, yeah. I'll do a nature check while I'm here. While we're killing time. Whew, nothing. All right.
As you start to move away, she's like, "Where are you going?"
Fair point. I sit back down. All right, then I'll just I'll do some prayers to my goddess quietly, trying not to breathe too loudly.
Fuck with blue with the chain.
Okay, we're gonna have a dexterity roll here to see who gets it.
Yeah, let's do a dex off.
Yes. Is it a save or a roll? Because
It's
one
just-
of those.
it doesn't matter. It's still a -1.
Oh, for me it does. Because for me it's plus.
It's a check.
I'm not even going to look. I mean, you won, right?
Yeah, by all of it.
He just starts to get it. Reverend starts to draw it out of his pocket, and Blue just like, I'm gonna have that. Thank you.
Okay, you have it. Now what?
Dangle it in front of him.
Yes, I'm gonna dangle it in front of you.
She says for meditation.
Reverend blinks and then just like, all right.
I'm gonna run in and try and catch it.
All right, roll dex. Roll dexterity.
That's pretty good.
What do you got, Blue?
I got a natural 20, so mine's
Against
25.
me.
Well, that was against.
I guess I am. I forgot about that. Okay, against you. Now you're trying to steal it from me.
Are you going to try to?
Yeah,
How is that
You just blew
possible?
all your natural 20s for the night.
that's it for the game.
But you've got
Let's
the
hope we
chain.
don't get into a big fight. It's all over now.
You got the chain though.
Now you have the chain. You are never letting that chain go. That is your chain forever.
He'll never get to play with the chain again because he won't give it back.
Worry about people being loud outside.
You also notice, because you notice these sort of things, that she casts what you believe to be pass without trace. I'm not, or at least I think Elspeth would know. Or would have
No.
some
Yeah.
familiarity.
Would I be familiar with it?
Is it?
I'm proficient in Arcana, so
Yeah, I would say then. Yeah, you would probably know. She's
just
also,
proud.
she takes good care of the horse. You notice, and keeps a tight watch on the perimeter.
or
Cool.
Good. While we're goofing around with this chain.
Yep. So we wait till it's time.
I'm
Okay with that. Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Oh,
Oop,
There
you're
she goes
roboting
again.
again.
yeah.
No.
Oh, come on. It's usually just a few seconds.
It's been fairly stable. We've had what 3 times so far.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Over 2 hours almost.
Yeah.
Like to
Not
have one
bad.
fight.
Oh, man,
take a
I'm so glad
fight.
I have coffee now.
I'm finishing my coffee from this morning, and I put some ice in it. It's not super hot, but it's like 80 degrees here,
Oh, wow.
so it's nice.
Yes.
For a moment, I thought you were talking
you're
about
back.
the coffee.
Wait, Chrissy's
Sorry.
back.
sorry.
Not
So
my fault.
she goes off. She looks at the road. In a few minutes afterwards, she makes the whistle that she did before.
Oh, we're supposed to hide?
Yeah.
Okay.
High time.
Yep. I try to get behind a really big tree because I'm not that stealthy.
Stealth rolls or
Yeah, roll stealth.
Okay. I'm going to cast guidance on myself before I run.
Ooh, I'm gonna
Pick a
use
hiding
Dark One's
spot.
log on that one.
Okay.
I have used up
Ooh.
all my natural 20s, so this one's going to be terrible.
So that's a 19.
So if I use guidance to help pick a stealthy spot, does that make sense in terms of like the length of the?
Yeah.
Okay. So 11, great.
You guys ready for this?
Let's
As
see
they
this
call
amazing
it.
stuff roll.
This is what we call an epic gamer move. Oh, a 13. All right, cool.
Dan, come eat some lasagna.
Yeah, eat that lasagna. I want some lasagna. Fuck.
Fuck yeah, lasagna.
Hey, I make the lasagna for my family. I don't know what you she comes back, looks around, and says, "Ugh, you'll have to do. All right, come on."
I follow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I follow too.
Just try to keep it down. All right, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one of you roll a d6. Actually, have two of you do it.
I'll do one of them. Why not?
Sure. I'll do
That's a
that.
5.
And a 2.
Okay. You're heading through the pass, keeping close together, where she holds up a finger and then waves you to follow her into the woods.
Okay.
All right. Follow away.
After a few moments, and she's, definitely giving you the look like, keep quiet. So everybody can roll stealth again.
Oh dear. Ooh.
Okay, now here's the epic gamer move.
No,
Yes.
the epic gamer move is blue.
Oh, the
Blue did better than me even when he was fumbling.
It's
She's also cast Pass Without Trace on you guys, thank God.
Boy, 14, boy, oh boy.
So, Blue, you start to just like slip on something.
probably
Like you
should've
get
one-shot.
you get your cloak snagged on a tree, but then she gives you the biggest glare you've ever seen a human give in your life, and so you just freeze. And everyone else, you're okay. You seem pretty stealthy. After a few minutes of just standing there in the dark, you see a group of Dragonborn marching by. They are in military garb. And they just keep marching. They do not appear to see you as they walk through.
All right.
And I'm assuming you just stay there where you are.
Yep.
All right. It takes a few minutes, and she keeps you still after they're gone a good 10 more minutes. She goes, looks out, looks around, and then waves you back through again. You continue in this way throughout the night. You don't see anybody else, and towards the morning, you've mostly gotten through the pass. It's not that it's so long, but it's not the easiest terrain. But she gets you through to the other side and starts to bring you onto the trail down. And you know what? I'm going to get out the bigger map.
Okay.
Because you need to see where I'm at.
Sorry.
Here.
Dogs, what are you doing?
So, up. All right. So let me make this as big as I can for you.
So does the southern path does it go all the way down here?
No, the pass is just through this area. You will now have to go right, and this is something that she explains to you in the morning. She says, I can keep with you until the border if you want.
Is that
Should
the
be
border
all right. To Meradia,
Okay,
which is south of
not
here.
Strakoi.
Yeah, right now you're in Strakoi, but you're in the remote regions of Strakoi. If you keep your head down and you move at night, you can probably make it through without too much of a problem.
Oh, that's why there was Dragonborns. In military. Okay.
Yeah, they shouldn't be coming through the pass, but they do. And, you know, we've been keeping a watch of them. So, do you need me to keep up with you, or you got this?
I'll look at the others.
Yeah, we'll do our best.
Wow.
I
We're
mean, it
going
is
to
us.
That point.
Thank you for all your help. Is there anything that we can do to thank you?
We already gave it a bird.
Gave her what?
We gave it a bird.
Oh, okay. The bird was payment. Okay, and I guess they had like healing too. All right. She did feed us.
And
Yeah.
our eternal gratitude.
Healing. So yeah. Don't go into Timberdown if you were gonna, and take care of yourselves.
Thank you.
Maybe I'll see you again.
Maybe.
I give her back her coat.
Oh.
She looks at you and says, you got cat hair on it. You can keep
She warmed to us.
it. A little bit.
Elsbeth sort of watches her ride off into the sunset.
Yep.
All right.
And off she goes.
Okay.
All right. So let's see. I'm going to assume. How do you go? Because there's no real road if you're trying to stay out of sight of Dragonborn. You can maybe follow some old paths and stuff, but other than that, it's more.
I mean, the horses kind of have to be able to fit.
Yeah, if we go
Why
single
are-
file.
Why are Marxist and Malice trending in Tennessee? What the fuck?
What?
Marxists?
And Maoist
Trending in Tennessee.
trending in Tennessee. What the fuck?
Okay,
Are you
but
having some kind of revolution?
Sorry. Somebody said something to me, and I was like, "What?"
yeah. So let's see. I guess
So
it's single
what is
file.
our destination? Moradia, right? But we got to make it through.
And
We
there's-
can't sub by Timbertown.
No, stay out of Timbertown.
Apparently, that's a bad place. Is Timbertown in Trocoy or Meridia?
Timbertown is in Stracoy.
Okay.
Alright. So if we avoid Timbertown, we just keep following.
So do we
things
want to
down.
keep close to the wall?
Or we kind of have to choose by default.
Yeah,
I
hopefully.
mean, the other option is to get a boat.
And
Well, where? From Timbertown? We're not supposed to go there. And what are we going to do with our rides?
Well, Sallow, the only one that we really have to worry about is Dave.
I think we keep going over
the horses.
because we have to go all the way out to the sea and then hire a boat and go down. Whereas if we just kept on the horses, we might already be there.
Yeah.
So just follow
mean-
close to the wall the best we can.
Plus, our destination is inland.
That's
All right. So how close to the wall are you going to go?
It's pretty gross. Yeah, I guess stay closer to the road than the wall. But maybe if we
Well, it depends on what we want to deal with. Because if we want to deal with Dragonborn, then we stick closer to the wall.
We
Or
don't
closer
want
to
to
the path.
deal. We don't want to deal with a military.
Okay, so we'd
regiment
rather
of
deal with.
Dragonborn.
but the
So we'd
corruption's
rather
like
deal
a
with the
malaise.
corruption.
What? It just sucks out it makes us exhausted and makes us feel terrible.
Oh yeah, we got real close to it once, didn't we?
Yeah. It rots all the stuff around and it'd be harder to forage for food.
Rations.
Probably go in between the two.
Okay. Kind of try to find the middle path in a Buddhist sort
Mhm.
of way.
Yeah. You would still get some of the malaise,
Mm-hmm.
and you'd have to be very careful about the horses.
Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe stay a little closer to the road then. Sort of like warmer, getting warmer. No, back off, back.
So, what, like 3/4 from the wall?
Yeah. I mean, we might need to get out to the road for something. So.
So is Strakoi just like exclusively Dragonborn? So we stand out most of the time, but we're definitely gonna stand out, kind of deal.
Well, there's also a military dictatorship, so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even going to make you roll for that. You will stand out. If somebody sees you, they're going to know you're not from around here, for sure.
Well, we're mushroom hunting.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out is like how much can we bluff our way through being
We're
close
gonna go to jail. We're gonna get murdered.
If we're like,
No. Well, you can roll history.
Okay.
They're gonna eat our flesh.
They might. Those dragons, you can't trust dragon people.
I can also roll for this because being again at the
Yeah,
school.
I'm rather useless at this, but try my best.
A little bit better.
Okay. Anybody else?
No.
All right. So
Nope.
they are not going to care that you say that you're looking for mushrooms.
Okay.
You will be treated immediately as spies.
All right, they're Nazis. Okay.
To be fair, saying you're looking for mushrooms does sound like something a bad spy would make up on the spot.
We got our cover story. All right, equidistant then, 50-50.
Oh.
And maybe instead of having Reverence and Erasmus lead, we can have our sneakier party members lead a little bit
This would
farther
be
ahead.
me.
That would still be Erasmus.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not Erasmus unless Erasmus is with Blue.
I have a +5 in stealth.
Yeah, but
I
you
think
might
it's
want to
less
start a
about that.
fire.
It's less about that. It's less about how stealthy you are.
It's more about the fires that you would start to attract attention.
Okay, I'm not that stupid.
Yeah, bridge.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, great. It wasn't that.
Damn.
We're gonna have to do some trust exercises soon
I am
because
Mic drop.
Bridge has replaced maybe it's a boat.
So yeah, let's have our stealthy people scout so that they know we need to like stop and be quiet because we're obviously loud and clunky. Being on
I can go far enough ahead to be like a legit scout, and not just.
yeah, that's what I mean.
I'm probably as fast off a horse as I am on a horse.
Yeah, I can.
It's less about.
Well, are we gonna especially if we don't want to? Are we gonna ride our horses? Or are we gonna walk our horses to be even quieter? It'll take longer, but we'll be less detectable. I'd say. I don't know. I don't know how far we're going. It might double the journey, so it might not be worth it. Especially if you can go pretty far out and come back and tell us to get up, dismount, and be quiet. So
The less time we spend out here, the less chance we have to be.
So how about
The
let
rules
me?
are this, like if you the slower you go, the stealthier you can be.
Mhm.
Put it that way.
That's true.
You can go at half speed and be a lot stealthier, and it will take you twice as long.
But we will get advantage on the stealth rolls.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's worth it. I'd rather us be
Okay.
careful. I mean, we are badass, but
Yeah, not maybe not that. Erasmus probably can't.
The key word being ass.
also look out for giants. She mentioned giants.
I think that was just in the mountains. I think we're past giant territory. Well, what do I?
Pass.
I propose that you let me go up front with the bird, the messenger bird.
Yeah. It's been 2 days.
Yeah.
It's been a couple of days, so you might be okay. That way, if things go hairy, I can run back or at least run away.
Yeah, and Elizabeth can take your horse and just lead it along with hers.
Mm-hmm.
So
And I'll stuff ahead, but I'll be ahead, not necessarily moving faster than you all. We'll all sort of still we should still go at like half speed or whatever.
Your half speed, to be fair, is
That is true. My half speed is way faster.
You're going at 10th of your speed.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, my half. Because my half speed's like 20 something. So
Be a good like 10 minutes ahead of us.
Mhm.
That's a lot.
Yeah, but he's fast. It's okay.
I am fast. Again, even at half speed, I still 10 minutes ahead of you is quite a
He's
bit.
gonna get eaten.
Just
By
if
a
you
big
see
fucking
anything,
bird.
if you see anything, come back.
Yeah.
And do some sort of whistle if you get in trouble. Don't just
Well,
shout our names.
I'll take the bird.
He's gonna get a big
yeah.
barn owl. Gotta grab him, fly away with him.
Can cats whistle? I really think that probably that's.
So lips don't, go that way.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he can talk, so he presumably has human-like lips.
I do play the flute too, which requires
Yeah.
some form of whistling.
That's true.
Listen, we're in a fantasy world. I don't want to think about this too much.
You don't want to think about the shapes of the cat's lips.
Yeah, I don't want to think about my cat with lips.
Here's something even worse. Imagine a
Nightmare
cat,
fuel.
but with human teeth.
Ew.
Oh.
They definitely don't have human teeth, I'm sure.
I want to see his tiny little baby teeth. They're cute. I don't want to see those dirty old human teeth.
So flat. Okay, so yeah, good 10 minutes ahead
Okay,
of
so I'll
us.
go 10 minutes ahead. Half speed. Well, we're gonna go half speed anyway, but half speed and stealthy to keep an eye on any potential thing. And that way we can stay a little bit closer to the road too. Hopefully.
Okay. So, you know what? Hang on just a minute. I'm going to get myself kind of set up.
Oh, that's trouble right there. You all. I'm sorry.
That's not a good sign.
Yeah.
May not be anything. I'm
DM
just,
reaches for dice.
roll. You guys are going to do some rolls, and we shall see what happens.
Oh,
That's
my
like in real life D&D where like in person D&D where when the DM reaches down to take out all the minis, it's like
Yeah. Like the battle
I see
map.
what we're doing now.
Oh, that's a big castle full of lava. There.
Okay, I will be back in a minute.
Oh, that's a fire elemental
She's gonna go get that lasagna.
and a dragon. Huh?
Oh,
Us amongst
you know what the best way to make lasagna if you ever get a chance. You all Europeans can't do this, but
Yeah, you
You
can't
certainly
physically
can,
do
yeah.
this.
you can't because you have to find chorizo.
Oh,
The
Spanish sausage.
It's Mexican. You got to find the Mexican stuff because they do it better than the Spanish. do.
What? Get the fuck out. You need to come to Spain and try the chorizo here.
All right. I didn't get a chance to leave. No. All right. I'm telling you right now, I'm married into a Portuguese household. You take that back.
You're saying the Spanish and the Portuguese are the same?
No.
I think we're all arguing which side of the sausage.
This has become like a Mexican standoff with three of us
Okay,
going, no, I've got the best
Whoa,
chorizo.
whoa, you saying a Mexican standoff between the Spanish and the Portuguese?
And the Mexicans.
We're just gonna ignore that this is an Italian dish.
Chorizo makes everything better. We know
It does
this.
make everything better. But you take chorizo and you put that in your lasagna, and it's fantastic.
All right, I will be back.
Lasagna, how you do it.
You wanna know something really disturbing about lasagna?
What's that?
Pronounce it the same way as champagne.
I can't. I don't know how.
Yeah, that's too much work for my brain.
Lasagne.
Lasagne?
Oh,
And you can do it the other way around too.
Okay, and what is that?
Champagne. No, I can't do it. But I can imagine the sound, but I can't say it.
That was a problem I was having. So I think that, I don't know, can we talk like outside game stuff?
I mean, she's not here, so
Yeah,
she
I mean,
can't help us.
it's not. Yeah, I was just. I think Elsbeth's gonna multi-class over to Druid the next time we level up.
Ooh,
Oh,
That's
a good
cool.
idea.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna stay straight paladin for this character. I think. Let's see
Yeah,
let's see what a high level paladin does.
I'm gonna like it would not make sense for Erasmus to go anywhere but like continue Warlock.
Until we find your new patron, and then you're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna become a paladin of."
Yes.
of whatever.
I'm gonna be real effective as a paladin
Pure-
That would be hilarious.
with my 6 in strength.
You're gonna peer pressure you into a class change.
Yeah. Your charisma. What's the other charisma?
Okay, wait, hold on. If you want me to multi-class, the obvious choice for me is rogue.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's true.
It just
What's,
seems, yeah. But for Elspeth's character arc, it makes a lot of sense.
It does. You hit it off with the druids at the other place, didn't you?
Well, and this druid as well.
Oh, that's true.
I guess sorcerer could make sense too.
This next level, we get a ability score upgrade.
Yeah.
At least I do.
Each level. I think everybody does. I think
That's
everyone does.
cool.
Yeah, I think we all follow the same one.
I looked at
Actually-
it and I decided multi-classing was more important because I'll get good berry.
Nice.
And because I'm also a life cleric, my good berries get an extra 3 points of healing every time I do a healing thing. So actually,
I keep forgetting you don't have good berry on this character. I'm like,
yeah.
like,
Where
no,
are
you
my-
don't. That's someone else.
Where are my good
I get
berries?
that.
Where are my fucking good berries?
I get
They're
another
coming.
spell next.
20 strength or 20 charisma is the question.
Oh.
Well, try your strength so you can smack things harder.
Yeah, but 20 charisma would be good because it would give everybody an additional +1 to all their saves when they're around me.
And charisma is what you'd use to cast spells, anyways, right?
My spells would be harder to do, and I would have better talky skills.
There you go.
I'm definitely going charisma so I can.
You need it with your 2 charisma.
Yeah.
Weird warlock.
Yeah, I
with 2
think
charisma.
for Elspeth, the good berry was worth it delaying the 8th level. And the next time maybe she'll take a feat, depending on how the character plays out. So
Yeah. I think I'm going to go with the charisma upgrade.
that's got a really nice area effect then, right? So it's really augmented more than your strength.
Yeah, my strength is good, but honestly, my spells do the real damage when I expend them to do extra damage. I'm doing what I could do a minimum of 6 damage with a sword, or a minimum of 5 damage with a sword, or I could make it harder for my spells to be resisted to do a bunch more damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll do charisma.
I need to figure out what spell I want to do because I think I'm pretty much out of
She must be getting that lasagna.
She is good.
I want some lasagna.
Now
I had
do
sushi.
too, with chorizo.
Yeah.
I don't care what it's with. Somebody give me some lasagna.
I want spinach lasagna.
But
I
no
ain't
mushrooms,
ate anything
though.
all day.
The funny thing in real life, I hate mushrooms.
You hate mushrooms?
I never eat them. I don't like them at all.
I
I
love
love
mushrooms.
mushrooms. I love mushrooms.
I've done magic mushrooms, but no, I shouldn't say that on air. But no, it was an
You just did.
Yeah.
Wait for that.
I guess at my age, yeah,
It was a joke. It was a joke.
You're like JK.
I don't know. Whatever. That's one of the things that I worry about. My employers ever finding out what I like, that I do this kind of stuff, because it's like, oh yeah, I talk about all the drugs I've done and all this, and I complain about them all the time.
Well, when it was Amsterdam too, I'm sure the statute of limitations is gone. This was like,
Oh, yeah.
like mid 2000s. So.
It's really awkward for me because I work in healthcare. I have to be really careful about drugs because I can easily get fired for them. But I also travel a whole lot, so it's like,
What happens when you go to a country where something's legal?
and at this point, what happens with a state, which
Yeah.
half the states in the U.S. it's legal. So I can travel to half of the U.S. and be like, what are you gonna do about it? I just did it legally.
Yeah, I wasn't at work.
I wasn't at work and I did it legally. What are you gonna do? But a lot of places are, especially in Nebraska, because Nebraska is weirdly conservative about certain things.
You say weirdly. I kind of expect
Nebraska, yeah.
It's weird because it's it's only got 2 cities, and the 2 cities are fairly progressive.
We're never gonna get it legal here. It's Tennessee.
Mm.
We can't even get rid of racist out of our bust of Ku Klux Klan members out of our state capital.
Yeah, but racists like to get high too. That's the thing.
Yeah, but we also are, according to the the Christian nation thing or whatever it was. Like
Yeah.
Tennessee is considered the most Christian nation state in the country. And you can see it. You're here, you just see it. Even the left, like even the most left people you meet are also Christians.
Can I throw out two words, though, possibly that might have an impact?
What's that?
Big tobacco?
That's true.
Big tobacco.
I mean, they are getting into weed dispensaries, and they're
Well,
going to
yeah, they're gonna have.
I think if it gets legal here, it'll be because it went legal everywhere.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to hold off forever. We're going to hit a tipping point where like more than half is, more than half the country is legal. So, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think they'll ever legalize it themselves.
No, I could see that.
They're not going to do anything here. If we just go backwards every day, it feels like.
Oh, yeah.
For U.S. in general.
Hey, Chrissy's back.
Cool. Did you get that lasagna?
I did.
Damn! I want some of that lasagna.
It's a very basic lasagna.
I don't care. Give me the basic lasagna. It's more lasagna than I have.
Pasta, cheese, and sauce is enough for me.
Yeah. All I got are Cheez-Its.
So you were getting.
You guys ever come up to Massachusetts? You just call me, all right?
I can't even pronounce that word, man.
You all come up to Yankeetown.
Yankeeville.
Yankeenopolis.
Yeah.
So, yes, we were going to roll dice.
Yes. All right. So
Remember
first,
I forgot what we were doing.
The bad stuff was about to happen, maybe.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we split up. We split up a little bit, which is already the bad part.
all right. So you guys are hanging back and sort of going slowly and stealthily as a group. Blue is heading forward to do the scouting. All right. So you're about halfway between the wall and the road, is my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So first of all, I'm going to start with Blue. Can you roll me stealth?
Okay.
Oh, before he leaves, I'd like to cast aid on the whole party, including myself. So everyone gets an extra 5.
Yeah.
Okay. And stuff. There it is.
Okay. So, yep. You head forward. It's pretty hilly around here with some pine trees and clusters. You're able to sort of go from little cluster of pine tree to little cluster of pine tree. There are not a lot of houses around here. It does not look at all well traveled or well inhabited in this area. So roll me perception. Oh yeah. For a 24, you get the sense that there's nothing around that has the same tracks as the Dragonborn. So they don't seem to be in this area. But you do see tracks of various creatures, and they appear large.
Are the tracks going like the same way we're going, or coming?
They're going all around.
Okay.
There's not necessarily a set place.
Okay. I don't think. Yeah, I'm fast enough, and I don't think I need the bird. So I'll turn around to get back to the team to just let them know to keep an eye out for super large things.
That's everything to me.
Yeah.
That's very helpful and very specific. could you tell me about how big we're talking about? Like, should we see them over the trees, or should they come up to halfway to the trees? How big are we? How big are the
I mean, I can
footprints?
probably describe you the how large the footprints are, and use your imagination for.
You want to roll nature or straight intelligence to see if you can figure that out?
Might actually. Do I have any amount of nature in me?
We talking sort
Nope.
of like Velociraptor or T-Rex?
Oh. What are we talking about? 7.
You know, they're probably big. I mean, the feet are big.
Okay, that's very helpful.
They're actually only like 5 feet tall, but just have huge feet.
I mean, that's possible too, right? Like, what do you know? Just because somebody has big feet.
I'm assuming that they're large because Blue is assuming that they're large creatures. So he'll say to keep an eye out for large creatures.
Okay.
All right.
Whatever that means is who knows.
You three also need to roll me, the other 3 who haven't already, a stealth check, and you do have advantage.
So just a straight stealth check for me. Hey, a 17.
Oh, look at you.
Look at you. I'm master stealth of heavy armor today.
Being on the elk probably helps.
All right. So putting that together. Hang on. All right. Now I want 2 people to roll me a d6.
All right, I'll roll one. Here you go. It's 3.
And you get another one from me.
Perfect.
5.
Normal 3.
Okay. So, you guys head forward, and now Blue is back in front again, right?
Yes.
You hear the sounds of. Well, let's do perception. Whoever's sort of doing the perceiving.
Well, the scout is right at this point.
Yes.
Other than the sky, like I'm assuming that when he leads you guys, you're not just like do 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 do.
Yeah.
But you're
So, who has a good wisdom? Oh, I know. Go.
Shit.
Advantage. There you go. 19.
okay.
Because we're close enough, right?
Yeah, we're together.
Yeah, traveling. Yeah.
You start to hear the sound of grunting and argument and very guttural voices being carried over. It sounds to you distantly, but like there's some sort of argument going on somewhere to the south.
Okay, so I put my hand out to Reverence and Erasmus, and I make my hands open and shut like talking or quacking, and then I point to the south, and then like be quiet. So
Why don't you guys roll insight to see, unless you want to do performance.
I guess I'm next to you, so 12.
No, for you it would be performance.
Oh, for
and
me.
for that,
Oh, okay, got it.
because you're trying to play charades,
Got
essentially.
it.
Yeah, you do that well enough. You're fine. Erasmus is pretty confused for a minute. And he's kind of like, all right, 2 words. First word.
And I just put my finger to my lips.
Oh,
And then he kind of catches on. Okay.
So let's come to a halt with the horses.
Blue, you also hear this.
that is a good question. Do we?
What's a good question?
By the time, now that she's sort of pointed it out.
Sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you said Blue. You also hear this. I thought you said, "Do you also hear it?" As in the other 2 in our room.
Oh, okay.
That's why I rolled perception.
You might not have caught on at first, but as soon as she points it out, you can definitely.
Okay, yeah.
And Blue, I'm just going to go with your perception is consistently high enough. And it does not appear as if anybody's trying to hide it. This is the sound of an argument.
Okay. I'm gonna slow down to let the team catch up.
We've stopped.
You've stopped. Well, I don't know that. So
Yep. But yeah, I guess we're gonna stand there till one of us does
Looking.
something. You've got the bird.
Yeah,
You have the
he has
bird,
no
but I'm
reason to stand it to us. He doesn't know
Yeah.
when to stop.
yeah, I don't know. You've stopped. So I've slowed down to what I think is going to be slow enough for you to catch up to me at your slow speed.
Okay, so you're still moving forward though.
Yeah, but
Okay.
very slowly. I don't know what is your half speed like? 10, 15?
15.
Yeah, so I'll slow down to like 10 feet.
All right. I guess you keep moving forward. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll start moving forward eventually. Just like
Well, maybe
Let's see.
dismount. Should we dismount and walk the horses?
I assume we already did that.
Okay, so then we'll be walking. Yeah, so 15 feet.
Yeah.
All right, so then we catch up together.
Cool.
DM?
When you catch up, what do you do?
are we just trying to get away from these individuals, or are we gonna?
I mean, we're kind of moving towards them.
You know,
aren't
that's
we?
yeah. I mean, which we can go towards. So they're coming from the south. The road is north, right? The path.
No. We're heading
No,
south.
Yeah, we're heading south.
We're heading south, and they're still coming from the south. So we either need to go towards the wall, towards.
Or you
The
could
other
go
two
find
directions.
out what they are and how many there are and tell us.
Or we can just avoid them.
Or we could just avoid them. We could go nearer the road then, because I think if we go closer to the corruption, it'll really start to affect the horses. We're already halfway there.
And what do y'all think? What's better? Go ahead and hang out here and wait for them
How
to.
close do you think they are?
I have no idea.
Roll
Can
perception.
Is there? Can I do like something for that to try to figure out how far away they might be?
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, sorry. Can I kind of like their prey for Blue? Just use my kitty senses to try to hunt them down. Mostly I want to con my way into using survival because I got actually good at that.
Well, yeah, if you're hunting, they're trying to locate your prey or a sound.
Yes.
You'd be-
I think you could. You've made a good argument for survival. Go ahead.
He's next to a reverence, right?
That's for just saves, not for checks.
Oh,
right.
got it. Sorry, thanks.
Yeah.
So he's it's hard to tell exactly because there's being in the hills, sound kind of echoes. You think it's maybe at most a mile south of you. That would be the
Damn,
absolute.
they're loud.
I mean, there's not a whole lot of other.
Well, that's the farthest. That is the farthest.
Somewhere between here and a mile away.
But distant enough that you're pretty sure it's not like they're not like right in front of you. They're not like you're not gonna just walk a few steps and
Well-
it's more than a quarter mile.
I mean,
Should
our
we?
options are we hide and wait for them to come by. We move. We start moving like east or west, or we just keep going and hope we can deal with whatever it is.
Let's head south, but head in an arc.
Yeah,
an arch around
I agree
them.
with that. Basically, give them a wide berth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Blue, are you going with everybody or are you going ahead again?
I'll stick with the group this time.
All right. So everyone make a stealth check together.
Oh God.
Here's that epic gamer moment.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Ooh, thanks for lifting up the average, everyone
that
else.
is
Yeah. And
Definitely free ride in this one. Contributing nothing.
that is some stealthy plate armor.
Right?
You like line the plates with fur so they don't clink.
Yeah. That's where we gotta find you. We gotta find you some stealth
Okay.
plate armor.
Oh, it's
I
just
think
gonna
that's-
get less stealthy from now on.
I mean, it really was the only way it really is down.
all right.
Free. What does that a free mean? I wonder.
All right. So as you walk down, you're taking the long way around the arc. The argument that you hear gets louder, and you can, but it doesn't seem to take any notice of you. So I'm gonna say, unless you're intentionally getting close enough to see what you're dealing with,
Can we try to listen out for words we understand to see if we can hear what they're arguing about? I don't know what we'd roll. We'd have to be it'd be a language-based thing, but we could try to.
hang on one second. I need to see what they.
You might also have to get closer to them to be able to hear it better.
Well, maybe just a couple words. I'm thinking that might carry on the wind. If we can hear them shouting, maybe we can hear names.
Well, these like what language it's
Yeah.
in.
Or what language is not.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna guess it's probably not common if she's looking it up.
Yeah, it's not going to be common. All right. What languages do you guys talk?
Who wants to go first?
Common and draconic.
Elven and the Abyss.
Abyssal, Elven, Sylvan, Common.
Inferno, sorry.
Okay, and mine is Common Elvish, Abyssal, Primordial, and Celestial.
Yeah, none of you understands these words.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Oh, we know what it is.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure if you can even make them out, but it doesn't sound familiar to you. Put it that way.
Okay.
Well, that eliminates a bunch of things off the list. So, but anyway.
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, riding on.
Okay. You slowly make your way around and are able to avoid them because they're too damn distracted with their own argument, apparently, to even notice that there's anybody else around. So as long as you don't go charging at them
Yeah.
or play, you're able to get by them. And on your way. And at this point, it's getting late. You guys are starting to feel very tired.
Okay.
Yeah, we have been up all night and
Yeah, I would suggest we go a little bit closer to the road for the horse's sake.
yeah,
All right.
like maybe 3/4 from the wall.
Because we can kind of use the hut to shield them. So but we need some distance. You can't have them just right outside. So
Do they fit in
I don't know. It's
the
like
hut
creatures.
with
I think we
us?
decided they couldn't
Yeah.
a bit ago. We
I mean,
decided.
horses are pretty big. Like,
Yeah. I think you can fit I think it's 8 normal sized.
Yeah.
Plus, Dave can keep an eye on them. So. Yeah.
I love that it's just become his name.
So What? How do we want to do the? I don't know. Does anyone need to do anything? I'll do a little mushroom scout.
Little mushroom scout.
Mushrooms around here are very bad.
Okay. Yeah. Make notes.
You're closer to the corruption, obviously, but even in the past times when you've been kind of close-ish to the corruption, it hasn't been this bad. You're getting the sense that there's been progress of corrupting influences.
Okay. I'll actually pass that along to the party when I get back.
Can I check the trees? Do they look like weird too?
You could either do investigation or nature.
Same difference.
They don't look good.
Okay. Anyone else need to do anything before we set watch?
Yeah, I'll pick some locks.
Hey, there you go.
Pick some locks.
Okay.
Do you want guidance?
You just sit there like the whole time he's messing with locks and just touch him every 6 seconds.
It could help.
just openly praying for hours.
Every other minute. Yeah. With and without. What else am I going to do? Sat next to the fire.
You're gonna help me pick locks.
It's like going to church every fucking night.
Well, basically, what I figure is we're eating our rations. We can't have a fire, so this is a way to pass the time.
All right, well, there you go.
So I'm assuming you're only going to do one roll. So.
Okay. Go ahead. Sleight of hand.
Where you at? There you are. Oof.
Plus the guidance, I guess.
You want to add it?
What is guidance? It's
1d4.
Oh.
Yeah, you're able to get them open. You feel like, you're getting the hang of it, definitely.
I'm going to convert blue by the...
Oh my god. He worships a metal god now. A god of a
I
metal.
like that you were trying to convert him and not me.
We have a long-term plan to convert you.
Yes. This is part of the long con. We're going to we're going to convert...
You're such nice friends.
We're trying to find you better friends,
Yeah.
ones that don't want you.
This is
We
a
feel
bad
like you're in an
relationship.
abusive relationship.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Does anyone else do anything?
Well, I can't light anything, so.
Please don't.
So you sulk.
I wonder if the corruption would affect fire, and I would be really curious to see if the flame would be different. But I can't.
I can take first watch then if you guys want.
Okay.
Sure.
That would be interesting. It'd be like that experiment you do in high school where you burn different kinds of material.
Yeah, and they have different colors.
Yeah.
I was kind of expecting it to be purple or like necrotic.
So as you're keeping watch, you're annoyed because Erasmus, having gone to sleep without any firing, no fire, is kind of muttering in his sleep and snoring and turning. It's very distracting. You don't see much, that's for sure.
All right. Who do I tap to make for second watch?
I'm gonna guess me if you're annoyed at me.
Annoyed. You, nudge him. Hey, wake up. Stop snoring.
Also,
Go
if
watch.
you need to be able to sleep.
Exactly. Good point. You've convinced me. I'm waking you up.
Ooh.
Oh.
With no fire.
With no fire, you have nothing else to do but
Nothing to distract.
pay attention. And you see, at some point, you see large figures, 2 of them.
Oh no.
They're passing by. They're big. You know, they're not full giants, but they're bigger than just your average medium-sized person
Mm.
with long arms. You could roll something. You could roll nature or arcana maybe to see what they are.
Yeah, same difference. Nope, I have no idea.
But you have no idea. They're nothing you've ever seen before. However, I will say, because you've seen them and you got a natural 20, your patron speaks up in your ear and says, they hate fire.
Oh.
Light them on fire.
God damn it.
I'm gonna do a wisdom save and see if I.
Go ahead. We'll say,
God damn it.
I'm gonna say that I'll give you advantage on it. Let's put it that way.
Doesn't really help much. It's still a 7.
Oh,
I'm even proficient in that.
yep.
Yeah, that doesn't save. Are you gonna go light them on fire?
No. I'm gonna be a responsible pyromaniac, and I'm gonna wake the others up and inform them that there are some big things walking by, and I've been told they don't like fire.
Who told you that?
The ill.
Are you going to set them on fire?
Well, I was kind of hoping I could be if they hate it and they're like afraid.
But the whole thing is we've been sneaking around trying to not start fights.
I know, but we're not starting a fight. We're scaring them away to avoid a fight.
Do we even know what they are?
Nope. But they apparently don't like fire.
All right.
Fire.
So, can she do an insight check? Elspeth is going to do an insight check to see if I can figure out. He's obviously giving us a load of crap.
You're just not sure.
Like, do you just want to start a fire? Is that it? Because you haven't had one all day? Because you can here, take a water skin, it's got water in it, and have a fire on your finger, but can just continually pour it out so that there's no smoke.
No. I'm assuming that at this point they've walked past.
Does anybody want to roll perception?
I don't believe him. No.
I'm pointing at like the direction. They're out there.
Yeah, I don't believe him.
Yeah,
Anyone else can believe
I'm not sure I'm gonna try to be perceptive. I'm more curious as to why we're trying to burn things on fire.
Burn things on fire.
I think Blue is more curious about what you're doing than about keeping track of anything else.
Is no one gonna look?
I don't think anyone's gonna look.
Look out at the critters. I'll look at them, sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Am I just rolling perception or what?
Yeah, just straight perception. Yeah, you see a couple of big, lumbering, kind of humanoid, but with long, sloping arms, creatures. And if you want to roll nature or arcana. Oh, damn, these are trolls. You found yourself a couple trolls.
Oh.
Does it look like they know we're here or they're just walking by?
They're just walking by.
Well, these are trolls. And yes, they don't like fire because they have a regenerative property. We had a troll problem once near the temple I grew up at. It was a nasty fight. I don't know exactly why you want to set them on fire if they're just there's literally hundreds of these things in these mountains.
Oh.
Rasmus. Set him on fire.
I kind of like mutter under my breath. I know, but they're not doing anything.
Who are you talking to? Medi
They're
is.
evil.
You can't hear Medi.
I start walking towards them.
Oh.
At this point, you're getting these like images in your mind of just like horrible violence perpetuated by these trolls on innocent people, just smashing and bashing, killing, and blood everywhere.
Okay, I want to. Like, I'm not like just walking like straight zombie walk towards them. I'm sneaking.
We're sneaking as we're talking to you.
No, I've gone off.
As we're talking to you.
I'm starting to.
Oh,
mid
do we need
conversation.
to roll initiative here?
I'm gonna punch you.
I'm just gonna grab him.
All right. So, yeah, why don't you do a roll, a contested? You can, Erasmus, it's, for you, it's either athletics or acrobatics.
Nope.
Yeah. He gets you
All right.
down.
I'm gonna pin him then.
Okay.
Do I need to roll something against that?
Yeah.
Try. Yeah.
Nope.
All right. He's laying on the ground now, and I have a foot on him.
Yeah.
Where are you going? Whoa. Where were you going?
To burn them. The bad trolls.
There's every troll is a bad troll. The nature is to be bad.
So some more reason to kill them. Right? Burn them.
We would be in these mountains for the rest of our lives. We're trying to burn every troll.
No, but like those two.
Troll. Burn every.
But hey, that's we could be. That's a good idea.
Erasmus, that's insane.
All right, I'm going to
They're
walk
like-
up
they're
to
like my
Erasmus.
They're like my perfect prey. They burn and then they don't.
Erasmus, if you wish to do that, then you can do it on your own, but you will not endanger the rest of us with your wanted burning.
I'm walking up to Erasmus and I'm casting sleep.
That's an area of effect, by the way.
Yeah, that's gonna get us all.
Oh, within 20 feet. Like a
Yeah, and I think it goes from the lowest HP, which might also include me because I
Okay,
don't
well,
know.
I'll prepare sleep.
Oh,
then.
you're so lucky that I went with repelling blast and not aspect of the moon. Why wouldn't be able to put me to sleep?
I will. I'll start to like mutter as if I'm preparing sleep. Well,
I mean, you could do it because it starts with the lowest, which I don't know. I think Erasmus is
I think
lower.
I have the lowest because I have horrible rolls.
Lowest what?
HP. Because it starts with the creature with the lowest HP, and then it goes up.
Oh,
that.
I have 49.
I have 47.
Oh yeah, so yeah, it would start with reverence. You would put reverence to sleep before you put
ugh, dang it.
Erasmus to sleep.
All right. Well, then I'll put that away. It was a good idea, at least if I didn't before I knew it was an area effect. Okay.
Can I roll a little wisdom to see if I can snap out of it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Otherwise, we're just gonna hold you here for the rest of the night.
I do have blindness and deafness prepared.
Damn.
With the encouragement of your friends, you resist and you say, nope. No.
And I mutter under my breath, like, look, it's a good idea, but like, there's more important things here. There's more important things. If we're probably gonna run into some trolls anyways. Yeah.
There's just silence.
Oh, I've upset my magic sugar daddy.
Should make your future roles more interesting. All right, we going to bed now?
It's now a party of free and someone with no class.
Maybe he just needs to walk it off. He'll calm down. Okay.
All
So, who's up next for the watch?
Should we tie him?
Should we tie you?
No. No, I'm going back. I'm going to sleep.
Okay, I'll take next watch then.
right, go ahead and roll perception. The trolls make their way off, and you don't see them after a bit. You're also keeping a good eye on Erasmus, whose sleep is still less than peaceful. He still seems to be tossing and turning, but he is asleep, and he doesn't attempt to get up again. Do you wake up Blue?
Yeah.
All right. My turn.
Okay.
Bam. Ooh.
Blue, you don't do as well as you would usually do because you are worried about your friend, but you keep an eye out and you don't see anything else coming your way. And then sun overtakes you, and it's morning.
All right, so the stealth campaign continues.
You're gonna have to wake Erasmus up because he's not had a good night's sleep.
Erasmus, why don't you roll a con save?
You're gonna start getting levels of exhaustion, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have one level of exhaustion. Well,
Excellent.
all right, and I need you guys to. I'm going to assume that Dave is able, with his Fey qualities, to protect himself. Right?
I mean, if he dies, I can just bring him back. He's stuck with me forever. It's just a 10-minute ritual. He just goes. He doesn't actually die. He just goes like he gets banished back to the plane he comes from.
Nice.
Yeah, and he's fear of hell, not Dave. Fear of hell. Okay. But as far as the horses, if you guys can roll a d20, Elspeth and Blue.
Oh, I just drank cold coffee and it was very gross.
Oh, I love cold coffee. I put extra ice in my coffee.
You're sick.
And then it becomes iced coffee. That's different.
Elspeth, you wake up your mount, kind of shakes its head, but is looks groggy for a minute, but seems to pull itself out of its funk. However, Blue, you're thinking that your mount is not feeling well, is feeling pretty exhausted.
Would a human healing spell, or not? Like, could I put a spell, like a healing word on it to make it better?
You could give it a try.
Sure. Why not? All right, I'll throw it a little healing word, and also it's a plus 3 hit points, so total of 8.
You give it a good. It gives you a nudge. It seems grateful, but doesn't seem any perkier.
All right, now I get out my little notebook and I make a note in a different page about the corruption that wasn't fungal based.
So this probably means we need to get closer to the road
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
and away from the corruption,
Yeah.
and probably walk my horse with no name.
Yeah, well, if you want to scout, I can walk your horse with no name.
A horse with no name.
Well.
Oh my god, not that song.
All right.
I will never get it out of my head.
All right. Yeah, so let's walk horse with no name. And yeah, I'll walk ahead and then go closer to the road, I guess. So that
So first, I'll have you stealth.
I need more coffee. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you're a whisper on a dream. Nobody's seeing you.
All right.
If you want to roll perception,
Sure thing. Perception. Do 18.
okay. So, hang on 1 second. I'm going to. All right, right now you don't see anything.
Okay.
All right, so, and the other three are walking along.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to roll stealth?
I guess. Or like we're still trying to be stealthy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're still
and
we're
still
still doing the same thing as last time. We're just doing it closer to the road
Yep. Okay.
so that we can give horses time to not get corrupted.
That's 15. That's all right from considering I have disadvantage.
Oh God.
Well, actually,
You get
yeah, you get. You're moving at half speed, so you're good.
Oh,
You're
an
both
advantage. Okay.
Well,
doesn't matter for you
I have a normal roll.
you have a normal roll.
good. Yeah.
Christy gets
Yeah.
better.
And Reverence will have a normal roll.
He went to go get coffee.
But that's better than disadvantage. And honestly, I think between the two of you, we can say that you're reasonably stealthy.
I'm back. What's up?
Can you
You're
roll
doing
stealth
stealth
for
rolls.
us?
Oh, I can roll all kinds of epic gamer moves for you. Fucking 0.
No, you're moving at half speed, so you have
Oh,
normal
17. All right. I was hoping for the 0. Finally, a 0.
There will be zeros in your future, I'm sure.
Anything involving Dex has a chance.
That's fantastic.
So you guys are moving pretty darn stealthy because of your speed.
Darn
And
tootin'.
because Firahel, who has you on his back, is quite nimble, actually.
Thank God.
So let's roll perception.
Who?
Whoever in the group is keeping an eye
Not
out.
me.
Well, I would
I'm
be
just trying
keeping
to
an
stay
eye out,
awake.
'cause- Okay. Yes.
Okay. All right. So you are. You and Blue have exactly the same. You don't see anything as of right now. The hills in the early morning are peaceful and quiet. You start to see like the smoke from Timbertown, which is a pretty large thing. Like you can, now that you're getting a little closer, you can start to see and hear some of the sounds of a busy working area. This is about people who do trees. Oh my God. I know there's a word for this.
Lumberjacks.
Loggers, lumberjack, that sort of thing. They do all the lumber stuff.
They're lumbering.
There must be a better word for that.
There is.
Forestry?
Yeah, forestry is the correct word.
Good.
Can I smell the smoke from the town?
Yeah.
No.
I'm sure you do.
Oh my God.
Try rolling perception.
Fucking junkie over here.
Detox.
God,
I can definitely smell.
You
Wow.
smell. Though actually, you're on disadvantage, right?
Oh right, yeah, I am. So I don't smell.
You
Oh,
can
yeah, you got disadvantage on all your rolls.
a little hint, but it's just nothing.
Just get Swamp here.
All right. So as you all head forward, Blue and Elspeth, you are seeing the signs of this busy town. So what do you do?
Oh,
Oh.
I know everyone else like me is tempted to go there because we were told not to, but I think really we should not go there.
Yeah, let's not get murdered by Dragonborn today.
Yeah, we'll save that for the trolls or whatever's trying to catch on fire.
Whenever our luck runs out, we make a bad roll.
Yeah.
Not our luck. Erasmus's luck. Whenever Erasmus fails his next wisdom save, which he's likely to now that he's exhausted.
Yes.
No, not saves. It's only ability checks.
Is it only ability checks?
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not until your third.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. Okay.
All right. So you're gonna go around?
I guess
Yeah.
I guess I'll head back to the team and so we can figure out
Okay.
Group still.
what we want to do. Group, go back to the group. So yeah, we want to. Yeah, we want to avoid the town altogether, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She said
Yeah.
don't go near Timber Town.
Okay. Well, we'll avoid Timber Town altogether. And
So are we rolling
how's
stealth
the
again?
horses looking? Well, how are the horses looking? Because I don't know how close we have to get to the corruption to avoid Timber Town.
You'll probably, if you're really going to give Timbertown a wide berth, you're going to have to get pretty close to the corruption.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Do we want to rest up first and make sure the horses are okay?
Well, the longer the horses are near it, the more exposure they have, right?
Yeah, but we've kind of gotten closer to the road.
Okay, hold on a second.
The one thing, Elspeth, that you remember is that it is a lot worse at night.
Okay. All right.
However, I don't know if that enters in. It's still morning now, but
So we have the whole day, but we'd want to make as much, maybe pick up our pace.
For
Sacrifice
not
stealth.
go half speed. Yeah.
Sacrifice stealth for.
What, like 2/3 speed?
Can you do
Or
that?
just go to regular speed.
Yeah.
I don't think we can. I think it's
I
only
mean,
in
the
half.
sound of the town is going to cover a lot of our noise anyway, because if we can hear it from across the road and into the woods, everybody on the road is going to hear that before they hear us crackling through the undergrowth.
Mm-hmm.
So-
Let's go at normal speed and give it a wide berth and try to get through the section we're going to get through the corruption as quickly as we can.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Okay, that's what we're doing.
okay. So going at normal speed, you're all walking together now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so first I'll take a stealth roll from everybody.
Oh, lucky duck.
How the fuck did I do that?
Lucky
Wow. This is a normal roll, so I'm getting a disadvantage. Hell yeah.
Oof. Oof.
Maybe I think
That goes on average.
the town sound might give us a disadvantage to the people listening.
Well, it depends if they're going by perception or like visual or auditory, rather.
They just see a giant glowing blue elk. So
Not the rest of us, just the elk. Just
it's the elk.
like, what the fuck is that?
All right, I want some perception rolls from whoever's keeping watch.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Okay. As you get closer and closer, Elspeth, you kind of see something. Yeah, you're used to seeing the Boldura wall, right? And it's pretty big and very solid. and you start to see like cracks. And then as you're walking along, you can tell there's an area of just broken down, broken through. The hills are there, but there is right around, let's see.
Oh shit.
Right around here. And I can try to make that go away if that makes that less clear.
No, that makes clear. There's a hole.
There's a hole. There's a hole in that fence.
Well, I guess we know where the. There's your problem.
Yeah.
What do we
Sounds like
really
a
do about
carburetor.
Oh, you see this right here? That's your problem.
All right.
Friggin' lucky, let me tell you that. On my rolls. All terrible. But yeah, that you definitely see there is something, and it's you can kind of tell from your space as you pass by Timbertown, which is a border town, that this is like right at the border. So why don't you roll history?
Okay. Coming up. Ooh.
So you get the sense that being that this is right on the border, and being that Meradia and Strakoi do not have any kind of happy, comfortable relationships right now, you can guess that it's probably just sat there from wherever it was broken through. Like, probably both of them are just going to sit there and fight back and forth about who has to fix it. And neither of them have the kind of trust in the other to do anything about it.
Great.
So you're not sure how long it's been there, but
I feel like we should find out. Not gonna lie.
I don't know.
We should find out how long it's been
Who
like
exactly
that.
we're gonna ask?
No, we go up and look at it.
You want to go up to the corruption?
Well, I want to go.
That sounds like a way to get
Terrible.
murdered.
Well, I
It's
prepared.
terrible.
I'd prepared a lesser restoration, which would cure if it's poisoning you. It would cure you of that. But if it's not poison, I don't think it's blinding or deafening or paralyzing. So it must.
I'm more worried that there's some, like, it's just straight up damage. Like, if you walk in there, it's just straight up necrotic damage.
Yeah, that could happen as well.
Well, we don't know. Yeah, we really don't know. But it'd be, I don't know. Like, it's gotta get fixed.
who has Arcana?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
That's an 11.
You're very tired, but like it just occurs to you that I don't know, it just seems like you remember that it's a bad idea to go up to the corruption without very good protection of some sort.
I feel like it's like approaching Chernobyl right after. it
Yeah,
exploded.
I've been picturing it as like magic radiation.
Yeah, like you're just gonna turn into like a puddle of
Yeah.
plastic goo
Mhm.
if you get too close to it.
Okay. But we can't just leave it like this, can we?
Well,
Well,
We,
are you a nuclear engineer?
We need an NBC suit.
maybe we can get a message to the Baronet school.
Yeah, that would be probably the thing that I would do if I was a genius.
So we should live to fight another day. I mean, I will make a note of where it is, and we can describe it and say what the problem is, and maybe they can start negotiations between two leaderships to get this done, or have an international peace force come in to do it.
That's not happening.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is we know that's probably from the history.
The
we
core
know
is
that-
not gonna do that.
Yeah, like nothing's gonna happen, and nothing has happened for probably a while.
Well, we can't
So,
get any closer to it. So.
We probably need to figure out how to
get
protect ourselves and then do it ourselves or figure out what we can do.
Yes.
This is probably gonna be.
Who knows how to shape stone? I mean, I guess I do, but
I think stone is not gonna be enough. I think you need some kind of magic.
Yeah, we need
like
the
I
gaze.
can sit there for like a day and build up a wall,
You know who
like
can
5 square feet at a time.
What we need is to
What we need is some sort of cleric or druid that can shape the planet with their abilities.
or Elspeth looks at Reverence. You can reestablish the gaze that was used to hold it in the first place by contacting, wasn't it a devil?
Excuse me?
We talked about this.
Excuse me?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
We talked about your grandmother. Or your
Never. Not even once. Do you realize what kind of deals you make with devils, especially archdevils? Are you serious?
Well, how about saving a planet deal?
Listen, there are way better ways.
Saving it, but enslaving it. Like, is it really saving it if we then like?
I'm just saying that the last time they managed to, it was a gaze.
I have read enough horrible fiction to know exactly how this goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I'm just telling you the history of how we stopped the corruption 100,000 years ago.
1,000 years ago, I'll be an enslaved titan of some sorts in someone's horrible book.
All right, well,
Okay,
we
so
can't
no
fix it.
no deals with devils. But
Well, should we move along before we rot in the stench of the corruption?
Absolutely.
Please.
well, I mean, we're gonna come back here in like 2 days. Because all we got to do is figure out. Oh yeah, because we got to figure out. We're gonna have to figure out how we can protect ourselves, and then we're gonna figure out how to stop.
I think before we do that, we should probably get word to the school so we don't just like go in, die, and then no one knows about it.
I mean, I'm sure people know about it.
Yeah, but like, would the school know about it, or the Candlewick Society, to be more precise?
You don't know. I mean, your best guess would be, why don't you roll intelligence or insight?
Same difference, I think.
It's you don't know. For sure. There's no way to.
Okay. Well, I guess let's make it to the next city that's not Timbertown.
That would be my Brogo.
Okay.
My Brogo.
Well,
but where
let's
did
go
he
there
go?
without getting ourselves kicked out.
Absolutely. And not murdering anybody and not throwing anybody off a building.
Yes.
None of those things.
And this is the beekeeper.
Throw anyone off a building.
They did jump out the building themselves.
This is going to be a perfectly normal trip to a city.
Well,
Right.
I mean, we are in my home country, and we are gonna get into my home country, so.
All right, and sorry, we're looking for the beekeeper.
Yeah, but she's down here.
Oh, right. Okay, we still have to. Okay.
Yeah.
So what are we doing in the city here? How do you pronounce that? Is this Mab?
I don't know. Look for a library. Find out if there's a way to
Oh, right. Yeah.
protect yourselves. I think we have a lot of questions about a lot of
I think
things.
the beekeeper might know that.
We have other questions for the library.
Yeah, we have to make a stop.
Yeah.
So, yes, let's go into town. I want to get some.
Well,
We still have a border to cross.
Oh, right. Okay.
yeah, there's probably still a bit, and we
All right.
have dragonborns,
We're gonna have
too.
another
still-
encounter. Okay. All right.
Yeah, we still have to illegally enter another country for like the 5th time.
Oh, I
That's all
don't
we
think
do.
there's, I don't think there's like a wall along the border with like machine gun nests. Like it's probably just like a line.
All right, well, we'll see.
Because you've rolled already for history, it's not a friendly border between the two. However, you're pretty sure, Elspeth, that they're gonna let you guys through. You're clearly not dragonborn.
Mhm, right.
They could mistake me for a dragonborn kid, I guess.
No.
A very scrawny kid. A very scrawny Dragonborn kid.
So,
We're entering because I'm sick and need to.
you could probably talk your way through. So how fast are you going to get the rest of the way?
Okay.
Well, are we like away from the like past the town now?
You're sort of here where you at the place where you can kind of see the town, but you can also kind of see that there's a gap in there. And it is getting towards late afternoon.
All right.
Okay.
But like, are we away from like where the forestry takes place and stuff like that?
Timbertown.
Well, like I'm assuming they don't like do the forestry in the town.
Well, she just basically said to stay away from Timbertown. That was kind of.
We probably want to move. There's
Roll perception, Erasmus.
Why
Yeah.
is it me doing all the rolls?
It's
Yeah,
great.
That's a good 8. Great 8 right there.
Yeah, you have no idea what's going on around here.
Man, the ground looks really soft and flammable.
But if you want to be away from the hole when nightfall goes, I'll just do a little DM nudging
Yeah.
that you might want to.
Yeah, we got to move.
Yeah.
Probably. We were moving at regular speed as we got up
Well,
here, so we either need to move
maybe
at
we
regular
could-
speed or speed up.
Well, do you think? I mean, do you think the Dragonborn come down all the way to the border? Probably. Okay, never mind. Yeah, let's go and continue.
It's a border town, right? That's what we found out. Timbertown's a border town, right?
Yeah. We need to get to the border and get.
So, what are the chances of us actually getting stopped on the road at this point?
Probably very high at a border town.
Okay. Well, we're gonna, but I think they'll probably let us in because we're not.
Well,
Yeah,
Dragonborn.
they'll
if
let
they
us
don't
in.
catch us before.
Depends on who catches us.
Yeah.
If the Dragonborn catches the
How fast
Timbertown,
are
I'm
they?
sure we're.
How fast are
I
they?
don't know. Probably no faster than like you all.
On horses.
30 probably.
All right. Well, let's just get a move
So
on.
just get rid of stealth and just go full out sprint for the end bit.
How long would it take us to get there if we just, decided to ride? Not at like
Like
we're
walk
fleeing
speed.
from something pace, but just like we're in a slight hurry pace.
Mm.
A couple hours, get there by nightfall.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
Do it. I'm gonna make a run for it.
Yep.
All right.
Go run for the border.
Are you even trying to be stealthy now, or
That's the
I think
Mexican.
No, but we will be
I know.
we'll all be having our perception. We'll all be on the lookout, I think.
all right?
Yeah, but besides that, I don't think we're bothering with stealth anymore.
No.
Alrighty. So, I need 2 people to roll me a d6.
Hell yeah. There you go.
Okay. And perceptions.
For all of us, or
Yeah. I think we're all. Well, at least I'm keeping an eye on things. So
Yeah. I think we
You
said
get
we would
mine.
all we'd be hyper perceptive because we know we don't want to get stopped.
Yeah. And you see them before they see you. There is a scouting party of 3 Dragonborn, sort of patrolling the area. And probably if you run like hell, you can beat them.
Are they just on foot?
They are not. They are mounted, but from where they are to where you are, you'll get to the border before they do.
Hide or run?
Let's make a run for it, I guess.
yeah.
All right, YOLO.
All right.
Let's call it a diplomatic incident.
Now, at this point, Blue, it was your horse that was
yeah, exhausting.
Put a
exhausted.
hay string on your horse.
Oh, he's string on the horse.
Well, it has four very big fingers, I guess.
Debatably, I'm not entirely sure that blue has fingers. So
Yes, you do.
Well, you have claws. Can you roll Constitution for your horse?
all right, poor horse. There's a D20.
Okay. Your horse is not able to keep up. It's lagging behind.
Oh, I don't want to leave the horse. I can definitely outrun them without the horse.
Yeah,
All
get to
right,
go.
horse. I am gonna take off its bite brittle or whatever, and all of its fancy stuff, and do the shoe go away. I don't want you here anymore thing.
That
Why don't you just
sounds like
run
something that
away?
would take a while.
Yeah, why don't you just jump off and run away?
The horse?
Yeah.
I mean, I want the horse to be okay. I don't know.
They'll
They're
just
not
take the horse, and then they'll have a horse.
You guys are like having this conversation, this argument while we're galloping down the road.
Like I don't need the horse. I'm just gonna let the horse go free.
Okay, then just go.
But you don't have time to.
You know what? Doesn't matter because Blue's gonna take off all of his stuff and he's
That's
fairly
gonna
confident.
take- That's gonna take a
He's
while.
riding while he's doing this, like grabbing.
Oh
his
no, I
things.
stopped. I
Oh, you
definitely stopped. I
Well-
stopped. Took off his stuff.
That takes time.
They're chasing us.
Are they?
Well, now they're
Well, we
chasing
saw
him.
them. They're not chasing us yet. Were they chased? No, we just spotted them. I
No, we
have
made
no
a
idea.
run for it. You said run for the
Yeah.
border. Do you not remember saying that?
As soon as you started running, they caught a sight of you, and they have been chasing.
Okay, they are chasing us. Yeah, we saw them, but I did. There was no indication that they were actually chasing me. So yes, no. If they are chasing us, then I in full gallop, I'll just jump off of the horse and just run.
How far away from us are they?
Probably like 50, 60 feet.
Excellent, they were in range.
Okay.
I am gonna
Oh God.
I don't know if we can go fighting over the border.
we won't. I just need to stop them. I'm gonna use Eldritch Blast on them.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use Repelling Blast and attempt to knock them off their mounts. That's probably not gonna hit.
That's a pretty good thrill.
No, that didn't hit.
You're not used to
Does
aiming
that
while
hit?
you ride.
That one hits.
Well, you got one.
Okay.
There was 3 of them, so
So that's a 10-foot knockback, unless they just died.
off his horse.
Is there a save on it, or?
No, it's just
No,
a blast. It's an attack
Yeah, it
roll.
just knocks you back 10 feet.
Yeah.
All right. So one guy is knocked back, and I am going to
Breaks his fucking neck.
No, he manages to grab onto the reins, and then from there he ends up letting go because he's not going to be able to get back. But now he's running, and the horse is still running, and the other 2 are chasing you. However, I am going to assume that the laws of physics are going to, I could make you go through the whole chase thing, but it seems to me that you had the head start. You saw them before they saw you, so it makes sense.
Yeah, and I will continue to try and knock them off.
All right. So you make it to the border, and there are Moradian guards. They look at you, they look at who's chasing you, and they kind of just pass you in, wave you in, and get on the other side of you. The others, the scouts.
Is there like an actual wall or anything at the border, or
No.
How is it denoted?
It's kind of denoted in this sense as by the guards.
Oh, so it's just like there's a road, but there's some guards standing. Okay.
Yeah. So you can see actually that there are some Dragonborn guards and some Meridian guards, and they're kind of glaring at each other, but they manage to sort of get forward enough to let you pass them.
Great. We just created an international incident.
No, there was already an international incident here.
This is the thing that started World War III right here.
We just did some fucking North Korea, South Korea shit.
Yeah. But we did it against North Korea, so.
The captain of the guard comes up to you guys and says, "You got a lot of explaining to do."
Well, if you must know,
there's a hole in your wall.
There's a hole in the wall, exactly. Thank you for ruining that for me.
Hey, did you know there's a hole in the wall?
The hole in the wall between here and the corruption is there's a breach. Me and my companions are researchers of sorts, investigating such things. Now,
You're investigating holes in the walls?
We're investigating the corruption and where its sources may be.
And its effect on mushrooms.
Yes. Well, it says in its effect on mushrooms.
That's really the most important part of it.
Officially outside of my wheelhouse. You better come back to the camp.
Absolutely. We'd be happy to.
Higher up the chain to.
Great. That always goes great.
Hey, we got you out of jail for that. Doing that.
I was
Did
not
you
in
just say
jail.
that out loud?
No. No, that was.
If I said it to Erasmus, it was definitely a whisper.
Okay.
So what was the guard saying? Sorry.
The guard. Yeah, he didn't hear you. All right, so he gets a couple of other guards to come over, and they are giving you a nice walking to their camp.
A nice walk to the camp.
A nice little walk to the camp.
Nothing to see here.
No. And I think that's probably a good place to leave this.
Okay.
Wow.
And what, 3 hours now, I think so.
All right. Well, the mystery will continue next week.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Thanks.
You guys did great.
All right. Well, then I guess I'll wrap up the live stream if I can find the right window. Yep, there it is. Yeah, this was fun. We'll have to see what happens with the storyline in the next episode. But thanks to everybody for playing, and thanks for everybody watching. So goodbye from me, and goodbye from the party. Say goodbye, party.
Goodbye, party.
Hey, they did the bit.